I'm on the Panthers, Andrew.
All right, and Ruan will be down on the touchline in just a moment. It'll be Penrith to kick off from defending the southern end. There's the whistle from Jared Sutton, and Paul Alamotti sends the kick down to the northern end of the ground. Paramatta has the ball from the kick-off, where it was caught by Brian Kelly, and it comes open side left, 15 out from their own goal line as Tuiviti plays it. It comes away left to Kelly. He's caught 22 out from his own line, 20 in from touch on the western side by Johan Lussick. Plays the ball, they work it short side right, bouncing away from one is Williams, but now he's contained by Isaiah Papali'i, and also in over the top McLean. 29 out from the goal line, now out of dummy half for the Paramatta Eels. Scoots there, Hooker, and taking the tackle to Silva, 13 short of halfway. Plays it to Iongi, goes left to Bellin, through hand Volkman, links up with Kautonga. He's caught 5 short of halfway, 20 in from the eastern touchline, played on the last. The Silva fires right to Moses, clearing kick downfield. Edgar, he moves to his right with the catch, 9 out from his own goal line. His first touch in the NRL, and the 20-year-old's caught 20 out from his own line. No score after the opening minute here at Western Sydney Stadium on NRL Thursday. Now it's Penrith with it, 25 out from their own goal line. Ball's played by To'o to Lussick. Goes left this time to Smith. He's caught 32 out from his own line. Or was that Jenkins? No, Jenkins in off the wing. Now played. It comes right to Yo. Isaiah Yo's caught 10 short of halfway. Right in centre field. Penrith with it. It's first set of the night. Play down. It comes left. That's Lindsay Smith. He got straight through one tackle attempt. Now claimed a metre in Paramatta territory, having beaten the tackle of Jack Williams. Played on the last to Lussick. Goes right to Cleary. Spiralling kick. Doesn't look all that flash from Cleary. Taken by Iongi. 18 out from his own line. Returns it to Johan Papali'i right on the Paramatta 30. No score, Matthew. 1 minute 45 gone.
Well, I can tell you, Andrew, the Eels have come ready for the Battle of the West. There's a great carry there from the winger down the short side. They've started this game at a high level of intensity.
Ryan Kelly left Casey McLean in his wake easily. Now Iongi got a pass away. Paramatta get to the 30-metre line, and the tackle made him already by Edgar. 24 metres out, Luca Moretti plays the ball to Silva, comes right to Moses, plays out the back this time, and the tackle made 14 out from the goal line. Paramatta with the ball. Tuiviti plays it to Silva, goes left Moses to Bellin, then away through hand Volkman, got it onto Iongi, takes on the defence, captured only 9 metres away by Cleary, 10 in from touch, Sowi's corner, played on the last, comes to the right, Volkman with a crossfield kick, they're coming through in numbers, Moses, he takes the catch out of Smith and scores the try. Yes, already a try to Paramatta. 2 minutes 40 gone. Perfect kick from Volkman. The catch from Mitch Moses. What a start, Paramatta. Eels 4, Penrith 0 with a kick to come. And Matt Elliott, it all started from that break made by Brian Kelly.
Yeah, down the short side carry, Andrew, but there's just a feel about this Paramatta team in the early pieces of this game where you can just see that they're dominating the contact. And what about that catch from Mitch Moses? Beautiful kick by Volkman, but my goodness, he leaped above everyone. Halfbacks aren't allowed to do that, Andrew. What a great piece of play from Paramatta.
It was a halfback up against the front row. Let's check in on the touchline, Ruan Sims.
Well, speaking of front rowers, what about that run by Luca Moretti? It was really beautiful ball work that led up to it and got Moretti on the inside shoulder of Nathan Cleary. He punched straight through. And I have to say, Edgar, he came up with 2 really good defensive plays in those first 2 sets of 6, but that was just too good. Just to let you guys know as well, there is a wind coming from the west-southwest, so it's coming over the left shoulder of the Panthers, and that kick sort of sat up into it and really provided a great opportunity there for Moses to come up with the footy.
Who now has 1,399 career points, Mitch Moses. He's right in front, 10 metres out. Jared Sutton telling the Penrith players to stop moving around. Moses right in front, kicks the goal. What a start, Paramatta 6, Penrith. Again, not looking at all like Penrith. In the opening 4 minutes anyway, Paramatta 6, Penrith 0.
Well, Andrew, even in the Paramatta's first set, they went 50 metres in their first set against Penrith. How often have you seen that?
It doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't. There was just some little signs there early in the game in these first 3 sets. It just looks like Penrith are slightly absent.
So Penrith through Paul Alamotti to kick off. 6-0 Eels. NRL Thursday here on ABC Sport. Around the grounds in the AFL, Adelaide Crows by a goal, leading Collingwood 20-14 in the first quarter. from the kickoff. Paramatta has it 15 metres out from their own line. Sam Tuivati's tackled, plays it, goes left to Brian Kelly. He's going to be contained. No, we've got a ball out the back to Silva. He's up to the 30. They are all over them here, Paramatta. 31 out from their own goal line. Plays it now. It comes to the right, Moses. Short ball to Williams, who's playing in the back row with Moretti in the front row. And Williams tackled 10 short of halfway. In there was Liam Martin. Casey McLean comes left to Bellin, then away to Boltman, to Kautonga. He's caught 8 metres short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Ball played to Silva. Short side left to Boltman. Takes on Papali'i. Also out wide there, Lindsay Smith. He stands in the tackle on halfway. 12 in from touch. On the last, Moses ran away from Lussick. Puts up a midfield roost. Jackson Edgar coming after it. And a great catch by Edgar. He was surrounded and he might have been caught. Oh no, it's an offside ruling, says Jared Sutton.
Will Penasini.
So the first penalty of the game goes to Penrith. 23 out from their own goal line. Will Bentley, the player penalised for offside. 5 minutes 20 gone. Parramatta 6, Penrith 0.
Yeah, we've been watching Penrith for a long time, and sometimes there's little changes in momentum like we just saw there can make a big... Oh, my goodness. Nathan Cleary doesn't find touch, Andrew.
They haven't turned up at all yet, Penrith, as they bring it away, the Parramatta Eels, right on halfway, right in centre field. Now the ball's going to be played on the halfway mark to De Silva. Comes right to Tuivati. He runs there into Yo and Talangi. Tackled 8 metres in Penrith territory. Parramatta 6, Penrith 0. Dummy half to Silva. Goes left to Moses, who knocked it on cold. Wow, you've got Penrith reeling and you make a mistake like that. Mitch Moses doesn't need a reminder of the significance of that error, but he's getting one from his Penrith opponents. Eels 6, Panthers 0. 6 gone, a Penrith scrum feet, 6 short of halfway. Back down to the touchline, Rowan Sim.
Well, 2 errors, and unlikely errors from unlikely people. Nathan Cleary failing to make touch. Mitch Moses dropping the football cold like that. I think that's a sign of just what this game has to bring. Also, I'm concerned for Casey McLean because he has actually been found out 2 weeks in a row. Last week, Tony Sags gave him a bath.
Yeah, that's true. Here it comes now. Lussick away to Smith. I guess you forgive McLean a week ago is returned from injury, but not good early signs here tonight either. Lussick goes left to Cleary, then away to Laney, links up with McLean. Now he returns the favour and gets past Brian Kelly, running in now to the defence and taken 29 metres out from the goal line. There was Kautonga. And also in there for Parramatta was Bensony. Now it's Penrith up the middle. They have it 17 metres out from the line. Papali'i plays the ball to Lussick, goes right to Cleary, turns it into Isaiah Yo. He's contained there by 2 defenders, De Silva and De Bellin. 10 out in front of the left upright. Last play for Penrith. Lussick goes right, Cleary to Edgar. Then he got the pass away to Alamotti. He links up with Toto over the touchline. It is just so un-Penrith-like. They are so rattled. It's going to be a Penrith play the ball, rather Parramatta play the ball 10 metres out from the Eels goal line. 7.5 gone. Parramatta 6, Penrith 0. A flick pass from Alamotti that went straight past Toto over the touchline.
Well, to be fair to him, Andrew, it was last place, so it was worth popping the cork as far as where they were as field position goes. But as you said, there's something missing in this Penrith team. Can they turn their mentality around, let alone their execution?
Bensony from the restart, 15 out from his own line, plays it. It goes right to Kelly. He ends up on his back on his own 20-metre line, 15 in from touch on the western side, courtesy of McLean and Lindsay Smith. Now the Parramatta side with it. About 26 out from their own line with a 6-0 lead. The Bellin centre field. He's caught there by Smith and a high tackle. Penalty to Parramatta. 32 out from the Eels line. First penalty of the night, but it's just in keeping with the really off start here from the Penny Panthers, the Pink Panthers. 6-0 to Parramatta, 8 minutes 20 gone, and Mitch Moses does not make the mistake of Cleary before him. He finds touch with a beauty. 35 out from the Penrith line.
But one thing Penrith need to be aware of is Parramatta have already shown signs that they're not going to be scared of popping the cork in attack. They're throwing the ball around left, right and centre at the moment.
Sam Tuivati from the tap. He's taken 30 out from the goal line by Isaiah Papali'i and Lindsay Smith. Played to De Silva. Goes left to Boltman, away to Kautonga. He's crunched to the ground, ball and all. 28 metres out from the Penrith line. 20 in from the eastern touchline by Cleary. De Silva goes right, Boltman. Plays out the back to Moses to Iongi. Short ball to Bensony. Lovely tackle that time down low by McLean. And over the top from Jenkins. 20 out from the goal line. Iongi dummy half. Open side left. Moses to Bellin to Boltman. Turned it on the inside. Moretti dropped it. Picked up by Lindsay Smith. He meant to pass it to Jackson Edgar and missed him by, I'm not kidding, 5 metres. Recovered by Penrith, 10 out from their own line. It was a poor mistake by Moretti, but then the ensuing bit from Penrith, even though there's no advantage, they'll get the footy with a scrum 20 out from their own line. Just showed us, I think, Matty, where their heads are at.
Well, we talk about distracted young teams. Well, I tell you what, this Penrith team just looked like they haven't. Not only have they not got off the bus, they need to introduce each other. Hi, my name's Matt, by the way.
Oh, hello, Matt.
Yeah.
I can see it. You've got your. Maybe they should do what you've done and come in wearing a name tag.
That's what they need. They need to put their name tags on because they look like strangers out there at the moment.
6-0 to Paramatta. 10 minutes gone. Penrith wins the scrum. Comes left to Jenkins. And he's taken by Benson. 27 out from his own line. 20 in from the western touchline. Played to Lussick. Comes left to Papali'i. Runs into DeBell and Tavidi and Williams. 31 out for the Penrith line. Now Lussick. Open side right to Lindsay Smith. Dummies his way straight past Moretti. Now taken by Tuivasa. 5 short of halfway. He'll play the ball to Lussick. Comes to the right to Yo. Plays out the back to Cleary to Edgar. Edgar a dummy. Straightens into the defence of Volkman and also Samrani. And pushed down about 4 metres in Paramatta territory. 9 in from touch on the eastern side. Eventually played to Lussick. He goes open side left this time. Penrith work it up over the 40 through Liam Martin. And he's pushed to the ground. Already involved in the tackle with Kautonga. On the last, Cleary the kick. 39 metres out. Down to the right wing of Kelly. Coming through is McLean, who ran into the back of a Paramatta player. Kelly the catch. He's still moving into Yo and Smith and tackled. Finally, after a great leg drive, 27 out from his own line. 11 gone. Paramatta 6, Penrith 0. Eels have the ball. Moses dummy half. Goes left to Addo Carr. He straightens into Martin and Cohen. Wrapped up 33 out from his own line.
Josh.
And Addo Carr's got to go back, maybe a millimetre. Clayton comes right as Paramatta work it now. 10 metres short of halfway. Great start for the Eels. A 3rd-minute try to Mitch Moses. Now comes to the right. Moses away to Williams. Got straight past one. And that time was Talangi. Caught 3 short of halfway to Silva. Blindside right. Moses got it away. Benson. He's past McLean. Now tackled about 12 metres in Penrith's half. 8 in from the western touchline. And Lussick wouldn't roll away in the play of the ball. It wasn't Smith. So it's a penalty.
You're in the way. You impact his ability to pick it up.
Penalty on the last of Paramatta. 37 out from the Penrith line. 9 in from the western touchline. Let's go downstairs to Ruan Sims.
Well, the pain sort of continues here for Casey McLean. He went in for that tackle and come out holding his left shoulder. He doesn't look very comfortable. He was just kind of grabbing at it before. I haven't seen the trainer go to him yet because he's currently tied up with Lindsay Smith, who's got some blood in. He's getting told to get out of the way. But like all good trainers, he's just getting his job done.
And he's spinning around in circles around Lindsay Smith's body trying to get that very ad hoc tape on. Tap taken now by Paramatta. De Silva goes left to Tuivasa. He's going to be held up there by Smith and Isaiah Papali'i. 18 out for the Penrith line. Eels looking to add on here. Volkman, short ball left Moretti. Spins in the tackle, taken over the top by Martin. 11 metres out from the goal line. Plays the ball now to Silva. Goes right to Volkman. Links up with Moses. Short ball Williams. Straight past Edgar. He's over. Paramatta is on fire. The slipperiest of Eels. And Penrith is dead set, not shown up. 12 and a half gone. Paramatta 10, Penrith 0. Jack Williams burst straight through to score and fired the imaginary arrow into the crowd. 12 minutes 30 gone of absolute dominance from the blue and gold, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, Mitch Moses digs into the line there. Williams runs a great line, like a back rower there, Andrew. Seriously. But Penrith at their best. That's the vulnerability that they're showing there, both in mentality and defensively, has been from the first actual tackle of the game. So this is inevitable. Only thing the Eels need to do is look after the ball. Only time they don't look dangerous is when they make errors.
I can't remember their record. I saw it somewhere today. Penrith's Thursday night record is appalling. Like they barely ever win. Would there be any reason for that?
Well, I don't know what goes on Wednesday night, Andrew, but that could be the only reason I can come up with.
Touchline, Ruan Sims.
It was such a beautiful line run there by Jack Williams, but it was all because of the way Moses took the ball in. Both he and Volkman joining together was so beautiful. He dug in. Isaiah Papali'i just got pulled out of the line, created a triangle, and Bob's your uncle.
Here's Moses converting from right next to the post. He's 2 out of 2. Paramatta 12, Penrith 0. 13 minutes 40 gone. And this is not a fluke. Parramatta is all over them. And it's the old combination too, Matty, that you often see with one team on fire and the other team being Penrith just cannot go with them. They look absolutely pedestrian.
Absolutely, and you picked out early Casey McLean, but Papali and Tunga, they're all side by side there, Andrew, and obviously the Paramatta Eels have targeted the Panthers' left side defensive unit, that's for sure.
So now the kick-off coming again from Paul Alamotti. Down the grounds, first quarter AFL, Adelaide 33, Collingwood 20, and men's quarter-final at the Water Polo World Championships. It's 18 all in the third quarter, Australia and Spain. So from the kick-off, Tavani's tackle, 16 out from his own line, played to Silva, goes left to Kelly. And this has happened with all three kick-offs so far, the first two plays. He's 24 out from his own line, tackled by Liotta. Now it's the try scorer Williams on the short side right. Talangi is there with one other defender to bring him down, McLean. 33 out from the Parramatta line. Now to Silva, goes left. It goes from DeBellin to Iongi. He scored 9 short of halfway. Lost the ball, Isaiah Iongi. Gee, Liam Martin and Lindsay Smith give each other a 5. 12-0 Parramatta, 14 and a half gone, and that gives Penrith a scrum feed, 42 metres out from the Parramatta line in centre field at the northern end.
You need to relax. They come up with some sort of threat, you said, Andrew, because how dangerous have they looked in possession for a Panthers team?
Yeah, not at all.
I haven't seen them look like making a break at this stage, and they've got so much strike power in their team.
I can hear you clearly, Darren.
So, scrum to be fed by Cleary, picked up on the base by Lussie, and he sends the ball to the right edge. Tackle made on Toll, 38 out from the Parramatta line. Lussick, short side right, Liam Martin on a bit of a step, but he's contained by Kautonga, 30 out from the line.
It's flooding outside now.
Holding down to play the ball brings Penrith its first set restart of the night as they cart the ball up now through Liotta, 22 out from the goal line. Play to Lussick, spins it left to Yo. Out the back to Cleary to Isaiah Papali. He's going to be taken. 14 out for the goal line. Strong run on the left edge into Williams and DeBellin. And then a wrestle to get to his feet and play. Moses is also involved. Play down to Lussick.
I just left because
turned it into Smith. He's wrapped up.
if I didn't lift, maybe you're not going to
Play to Lussick. Wide side left. Cleary to Langi.
I left because the little one is getting constipated.
Northwest corner
She
of the
wants me
ground.
to
Lussick goes right to Cleary. Awaiting.
She wants me to be there when she's the CR.
1-2, but now forced towards centre field and claimed 9 out right in front of the northern post. Last tackle, Penrith down 12-0. Lussick goes left to Cleary.
And then when I'm back,
But it's late to again from Cleary. Flicked it out the back. McLean over the goal line. Did he get that down miraculously?
I didn't expect that because
Right at McLean. It was not much of a kick from Cleary. It was
because
a
you
great
said
catch
like
from
you
Jenkins.
need to stop
And he found
now.
McLean to a very, very short blindside, and somehow Casey's got it down. 16 and a half gone. Penrith fights back. Parramatta 12. Penrith ball with a kick to come from the touchline, Matt.
Yeah, Andrew, and you described that perfectly from the Parramatta side of things, Andrew. When you have a kick on the last play, this formula of uncontesting kicks instead of trying to go up and catch the ball doesn't work, and we just see here. He got it down. Casey McLean did a great
What
job
did
of
you
getting that
do?
ball down. Had plenty of attention. He's such a well-balanced athlete, but it needed something amazing for them to get across the stripe, Andrew, because it wasn't a very potent attacking set at all.
The brilliant flick from Jenkins and picked up on the bounce by McLean, who somehow got it down in the corner. Ruan Sims, down to you.
Yeah, it was really good work by Jenkins. I feel like anytime they put a footy up near him, he always comes down with it and he's able to create a try or an offload like this straight off the back of it. But Nathan Cleary played on the ball for that entire set. It might not have looked like much, but I tell you what, he's just taken this team by the scruff of the neck and said, no, this is what we're doing. He's laying down the law. They've come up with points, and considering that they haven't been at their best to start this game, that's a pretty good sign.
You didn't even
Cleary
give the man to the
attempted a
other
really
one.
tough conversion. 20 out right on the western touchline.
Just like what I said to you.
Half minutes gone. And you're enjoying the action NRL Thursday on ABC Sport with Matt Elliott, Ruan Sim. And here's Cleary. Moves in now. Trusty right foot kick. He He strikes it, heading towards the post. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. That is a brilliant kick from Nathan Cleary. 6 the difference. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6. 17 minutes and 39 seconds gone in a rather dramatic opening to this game.
Absolutely, Andrew, but we said it just before, is that the one thing that Parramatta can't do is continually make errors and give field position to this Panthers team. Even if they're not playing the best footy, they know how to find a way to win. We've seen it a million times from them.
So that's the thing, Parramatta can't let their foot off the gas at any point, can they?
Absolutely not. And again, there they gave away some field position, and eventually the Panthers found a way.
Kick off. It bounces down to Talangi. 5 out from his own line. Finds Lindsay Smith to his right. And he runs into Benson, to Bellin, and also Williams. 14 out from the Penrith line. Lussick sends it right to Isaiah Papali'i. He's caught on his own 20-metre line near centre field in the southern end by Tavidi. And played to Lussick. He sends it right to Yotta. Caught 25 out from his line. Tavidi in there again with de Bellin. Lussick to the left to Yo. Up the middle he goes. Wrapped up. 32 out from his own line for Penrith. Played to Lussick. Comes right Yotta. Out the back to Cleary. But bang, the defence is there. Terrific head-on tackle from Samrani. 10 short of halfway. Now Cleary can't kick it. It's with Talangi. And it's an up and under. Very shallow. Coming down. Jenkins flying through. Oh, he got there but dropped it. Kelly nor Benson, he bothered to contest. The ball is picked up out of the back by Isaiah Papali'i, but it's a knock-on from Tom Jenkins, and it'll be a change over to Parramatta. 24 out from their own line, but that risky ploy again of not contesting the footy. 18 minutes 40 gone. Eels 12, Panthers 6. And it'll be Williams who plays the ball 10 in from the western touchline.
You cannot give Jenkins a free crack at the ball, Andrew. He's going to make you pay if you keep doing that. He nearly caught that. It would have been a miraculous catch, but he would have gone the whole distance there.
And even if he did, he's got the skill to link up, as we saw in that previous try. Here's Benson, 9 short of halfway. Played out of half to Silver. Struck away from Lussick, who comes back at him, the former Eel. Tackle made, a metre in Penrith territory. Dummy half Moses. Long ball left to Bellin up the centre. He goes to Yotta. Tackle 39 out for the Penrith line. Parramatta with the footy leading 12-6. Down to Bellin goes right. Williams tackled 30 metres out from the goal line. Or Moretti. It was Moretti. Played on the last. Comes left to Boltman. Puts up the kick. Chasing through Addo Carr. It's very short. Alamotti the catch though for Penrith. And they'll start a new set. 16 out from their own line. 19 minutes 30 gone. And the scoreline in favour here of the Parramatta Eels by 12 points to 6. Now Penrith just out to the 20. Cleary eastern side plays it. It comes left to To'o. He's wrapped up 31 out from his own line and 20 in from touch eastern side by Tuivasa. Now comes left again this time for the Panthers as they get to within 8 metres of halfway. Just starting to play their way into the game. Alamotti plays it. Comes right to Liam Martin. Forearm raised into the defence of Volkman, a metre short of halfway. Played on the last Lussick. Short side right to Cleary. He puts boot the ball straight down the throat of Iongi. 13 out from the Parramatta line. He works his way to the 20. He's going to be collected by the chase. Right on the Parramatta 20. 20 minutes gone. Eels 12, Panthers 6. Down to the touchline we go. Ruan Sim.
Well, I don't know if you heard the boot then by Nathan Cleary, but he's just not hitting them sweetly. The same sort of thing last week. He's just not quite getting the connection that we're used to seeing out of him as the Eels just tried to make another foray down their right edge.
Yeah, through Benson, he's tackled 10 short of halfway by Papali'i to Silver. Short side right to Kelly. Charges into Talangi and McLean. Tackled on halfway. 5 in from the western touchline. Play to Williams. Goes left. Moses away to Bellin. Lussick heads the defence with Yotta and Papali'i. 8 metres in Penrith territory. 20 in from this western touchline. Played on the last. To Silver goes left. Moses the kick from 42 metres out across his body. Coming through Addo Carr. He might have got a finger to him. Either way, it's over the eastern touchline. And Penrith will get a changeover. 24 out from the Panthers line. 21 gone. Parramatta 12, Penrith 6, Matt Elliott.
Certainly not their best last play there, and I'm sure Mitch Moses would like to hit the rewind button there, but I've never seen the Panthers surrender so much yardage defensively on a consistent basis as we're witnessing tonight, Andrew.
Now from the play the ball, it goes left to Jenkins, and he's caught there by Williams and Moses. 25 out from his own line. Played to Lussick. Sends it open side right, McLean. He's taken to the turf by Moretti outside his 30. Now Yo in centre field up the middle. Isaiah tackled 10 metres short of halfway by de Bellin and Kautonga. Lussick dummy half. Goes right Yotta. He's caught 2 metres short of halfway for Penrith. Lussick sends it right to Cleary. Runs on the line. Doesn't offload. Caught by Kautonga. And that means he's going to have to play it on the last again. So their best kicker again doesn't get to kick. Cleary plays it to Lussick. Goes right to left to Lungy. Puts It's a towering kick in the air for Iongi. The chase is on. Iongi, great catch. And managed to get on the other side of To'o and Alamotti. Caught by Liam Martin, though. 13 out from his own line. Played. And they've knocked on in the play the ball, Paramatta. Dear, oh dear. Penrith's going to get a scrum feed. About 13 out from the Paramatta line. 17 minutes 40 left in the first half. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6.
Andrew, that's their fourth error coming out of their own territory. Now, while the Panthers aren't playing their best footy, if you keep surrendering possession in this part of the field, you know what the consequence is going to be against the Panthers. They'll find a way, even if it's on a last play kick if they do nothing else. So that's the Eels' big challenge.
It was Volkman in a dummy half with the knock on. So now Penrith, interestingly, take their scrum feed, 10 in from the eastern touchline. They win the scrum, and it goes right to left. Cleary, he cuts out one, links up with McLean, steps in field into Bensony, Williams and Moses, and caught 11 out from the line, 12 in from touch western side. Dummy half once. It goes right to Isaiah Papali'i, wrapped up 4 out from the goal line, 23 minutes gone. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6, Panthers attack. Lussick goes right to Lindsay Smith, but he's surrounded, and in there was De Silva along two with Moretti. Played to Lussick, a long ball goes left to right to Moses Leota, who's dummied. Now he's taken about a metre out from the goal line. Played Lussick from dummy half. Did he get there for the Penrith Panthers or not? We go to the bunker.
With Freddie Lussick, have no try. Just confirm he doesn't get it down, Ash.
So if he's held up, which Lussick thinks he was, he was playing 10 out with one tackle to go.
Ball's kicked up cleanly by Freddie Lussick. It's playing on this stage.
Here's Ash Klein in the bunker. It was Iongi underneath him. Tuivasa came across with Kautonga.
Hey, Talon.
Talon De Silva.
Just don't get too deep here, Talon, if we're going with a play the ball.
Don't get too deep. 16 minutes 30 to go.
Thank you for sharing.
Talon was one of those.
The ball was always up when it was last seen. Based on the available angles, we're supporting the on-field decision. We have a decision.
So play the ball on the last for Penrith.
Hey, Talon, good tackle, mate. Just thought he should add that in as well because he did a really good job there of holding him up.
So now Lussick will play it. Officially now no try. And the ball played on the last. Leota sends it left to Yo to Cleary. Out the back to Lungies and McLean. Tackle, mate. I don't reckon these blokes had a clue that was the last tackle. They had no idea. Penrith, their heads are nowhere near this game. 12-6 Paramatta change over to the Eels. And they get it on their own 10-metre line. As looks like now for Paramatta, Dylan Walker coming onto the field. After what the opening 24 minutes or so, already comes off. Now Paramatta take it up over the 20-metre line. This western side, they still lead by 12 points to 6, having led 12-0. Now it's played and it comes to the right edge. Kelma Tuolangi on the field. He's wrapped up. So we've got Kelma Tuolangi and Blaze Tuolangi. Kelma plays it inside his 30. Goes right to left. Walker to Iongi. Away to Tuivasa. He's wrapped up. 34 out from his own line for the blue and gold. Plays at centre field at the northern end. De Silva goes right to Walker. He's claimed 7 metres short of halfway by Papali'i. Now played through the legs of De Silva. Went back on the last. Kick downfield from Moses. Jackson Edgar dropping back with the catch. 6 metres out from his own line. So weird not seeing Dylan Edwards back there for Penrith. And Jackson Edgar's going to be asked to play it. 21 out from his own line. Eels 12, Panthers 6. 15 minutes 20 left in the half. Now it's Jenkins in centre field. Couple of changes here now for Penrith. Scotty Sorensen is on the field. And I think Liam Henry is the other one as well. So now Penrith just outside their 30. Ball played by To'o Lussick. Goes left to Liam Henry. His first hit up over the 40. Stands in the tackle of Kelma Tuolangi. 8 short of halfway. Played to Lussick. Goes to the right side to Edgar. And Jackson's taken a metre in Paramatta's half. Centre field. Last play upcoming for Penrith, who trailed 12-6. Lussick goes right to Cleary for the kick. She goes. End over end kick down to Isaiah Iongi. Alamotti flying through. Iongi the catch. Then he beat Alamotti. Great work by the young fullback. Added to Penley for offside against Penrith in the chase. Penley to Paramatta. The Penleys at 3-1 to the Eels. 24 out from their own goal line. 25 and a half gone. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6-2. The touchline to Sims.
Well, the Panthers were not making that double change, looking for a bit of a change in energy and a change in pace, hopefully a change in concentration. But that definitely was not what Ivan Cleary was after. And we've just seen that with those changes, Moses Leota came from the field.
I thought you were going to leave.
Runs tonight, so that probably probably says a lot as well. As those middles aren't really rolling, the Panthers aren't getting what they need.
I must say, Roo, 10 minutes into the game, I'd forgotten that Moses was out there. Now the tap taken by Jordan Samrani, put to the ground 2 metres short of halfway. By the way, in the men's water polo World Cup, it's gone to a penalty shootout. The men's quarter-final, Spain and Australia locked at 18 all. And the Australians have won at 5-3 in the penalty shootout, and they're into the semi-finals, the Sharks. That's fantastic. So here's Paramatta now, 35 out. The Australian women's team in a semi-final shortly. Comes to the right, Moses got a short ball away to Kilmer to Alangi. Caught by Blaze to Lungi in Papali, 22 out, 20 in from the western touchline. It's played now to Silva, centre left to Walker, out the back to Moses to Volkman, then a cut-out ball to Samrani. He straightens into Martin and Cohen tackle, 13 out from the goal line, 11 in from touch eastern side. Played on the last, it comes right to Moses, puts in a deft little kick over the top, up they go. Penrith players got in their own road. They do come away with it.
You lose it. Okay, you can challenge.
It
but
is a knock
he
on
loses
against
it
Penrith.
down into his legs. He never negates it, mate. I've got a knock on. Do you want to challenge? Do you want to challenge it, mate? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge after all.
Okay, kick from Paramatta is on last tackle. On-field ruling is knock on Penrith. They're challenging that he negates it.
And Matt, like you, I'm all for the defending team going to try and catch kicks wherever it is. But there were 3 or 4 of them that got in each other's road there. No one is calling for it.
Yeah, that's the thing, Andrew, is communication. And when you have a disjointed approach to the way that you...
Comes off the Paramatta hand first, but this goes backwards.
Papali'i,
It then comes off the hands of the Penrith player.
Papali'i, McLean and Talangi all went for the ball at the same time and crashed into each other. So what happens next with a possible knock-on? That's been challenged by Penrith. So far we're seeing no evidence of anything other than a touch by...
It's a knock-on.
By Talangi.
After coming off the hands of Penrith, it then touches his foot. He fails to negate it. This is not a deliberate action to kick the ball. It then touches his opponent, his teammate, for a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Into Scott Sorensen. So Penrith not only playing really poorly, but their challenge is gone with 12 minutes 46 to go in the half.
It's still a knock-on. I know that's a bit technical, but that's the rule.
12-6 to Paramatta, 12 minutes 46 to go, and Paramatta will get another set, Matty, 10 out from the line.
Can they take advantage of this field position? I'm going to make a prediction here, Andrew.
Oh, do it.
They're going to really have a big shot at the Panthers' left side defensive unit at least 3 times in this set, and they'll score on last play.
Okay, so that's out to the side of Bensony and Kelly and Iongi currently. Then Isaiah Iongi told to pack him to the scrum. So Isaiah Iongi in the second row, Talon De Silva at lock. Mitch Moses feeds a 10-out centre field, and they go to the left of Volkman. He turns it back on the inside to Kitiani Kautonga. He's tackled 8 out from the Penrith line. Eels looking to build on a 12-6 advantage. De Silva goes right. Walker away to Moses. Links up with Iongi. He takes on Talangi. Great tackle around the legs. 11 out from the goal line. Play to Benson. He goes left now to Moses. He links up with Dylan Walker. He straightens, but the defence is there from Penrith 9 metres out. Paramatta looks set menacingly to the right. That's the area that Matt said they'll target. De Silva goes that way now to Moses. Flat pass, Kilmer to Alangi, brilliant. But equally they're up to it, McLean and Talangi 2 metres away. Ball played De Silva. Fires it left to Moses. Out the back, Walker set a pass nearly forward to his left. Paramatta 7 metres out. Last tackle it is. Played to De Silva. Goes left to Moses. Crossfield kick looking for Adokara Semrani. Off the hands of Semrani. Paramatta come away with a 3 out from the Penrith line. Changeover as it ended up in the hands of Kitiani Kautonga. Penrith get a 3 out from its own line. 11 minutes 40 to go in the half. Eels 12, Panthers 6.
Well, didn't quite get that 100% right, Andrew, but they're certainly giving this left side unit of the Panthers defence a real test, and they look out on their feet at the moment.
Well, McLean and Talangi had to make, in combination, 2 really big plays there, didn't they? And they did, in fairness to them, as Lussick sends it left to Alamotti now for Penrith, and he's mauled to the deck. 17 out from his own line, 20 in from the eastern touch line. Played to Lussick, goes left to Yo. He's wrapped up 24 out from his own line. They look like they're being on tired legs and tired mentally the entire game, Penrith, as now they work their way up over the 30-metre line, yet they're only down by 6 points. Now the ball played by Henry. Comes right to Sorensen up the middle. Scott Sorensen tackle, 5 metres short of halfway. Last play Penrith, and Lussick awaits. Goes right to Cleary from his own 40. He reached it downfield. The Yongi drops back and catches it. 6 out from his own goal line. And he heads to the 10 and for a long ball away to his right to Brian Kelly. Up to centre he goes into McLean and Papali'i and tackled. 19 out from the Paramatta goal line. Eels 12, Penrith 6. 10 minutes 30 left in the half. Now comes right to Bensoni. He's tackled about 25 out from his own line by Talangi, who now chases Brian Kelly to Kelly's left. Didn't make that tackle, but 3 others did. And about 14 metres short of halfway, including Lussick. Centre field now to Addo Kay. In a grunt as he meets the defence there of Liam Martin and Isaiah Yeo. Played to Silver, goes right Walker. Short ball away support. Tackle made on Williams. 6 metres in Penrith territory. Last play Para. Comes right to Moses. Low trajectory kick. Bounces down to the south-east corner. Beautifully weighted. Or is it? Jackson Edgar huffs and puffs and blows it dead. So a mistake from Moses. 20-metre tap. 7 tackle set for Penrith, who trailed 12-6 after half an hour. Down to the touchline, Ruan Sims.
Yeah, there are some very tired body language happening here for the Penrith Panthers, but I tell you what, the Eels have got their tail up. Look at their line speed in defence. They're just trying to rip in and minimise the amount of metres through yardage that the Panthers can get.
This is amazing to watch. It's chalk and cheese. Here's Jenkins now. He's always got energy. Tackle 14 short of halfway on the left edge. 15 in for the western touchline. He plays the ball and out there now on the field for Paramatta as the Panthers go left to right. Edgar, cut out ball over the top and 6 more tackles as well here for Penrith. A set restart for them as they take play 3 metres inside Paramatta territory. Now on the field now is Tiankun Brown, the young forward. Liam Martin goes left to Cleary to Yeo for Penrith. Goes on a stepping run, Isaiah. Wrapped up about 38 metres out from the Paramatta line. Played quickly to Lussick. Goes left to Cleary. Then again left to Papali'i. Stands, delivers a two-hander back to Cleary. They've opened up a little bit. Up over the 30 he goes. But then Walker is there to shut the gap along with Brown. And he stands in the tackle. 22 out from the Eels line centre field. Lussick goes left. Turns it into Henry. He's knocked to the ground. 14 out from the goal line. Plays the ball again. They come right this time. And Cleary, a wraparound ball. Back to Yeo. Then away to Lungy. And he spins and tackled 3 metres out from the goal line. Papali'i dummy half. He throws a one-hander pass to Jenkins, steps around one, gets to the goal line and shoved over the touchline. Brilliant, desperate defence there coming from Kelly among others. Moses was over there and Isaiah Yongi, and it'll be a 10-metre play the ball for Paramatta, who survived a Tom Jenkins raid. 8 minutes left in the half. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6, Matt Elliott.
Oh, they tried to sneak down their left-hand short side again, but this time we're a bit worried about Jenkins, Andrew. He's got up and he's limping badly. He looks like he's got a real knee problem here.
Yeah, I think he landed directly on it, so he's still with the trainer as now Paramatta has the footy, holding on to a 12 points to 6 lead after they had led 12-0. And now the Eels 13 out from their own goal line. Ball played and it comes short side right to Kelman Tuolangi. He's captured on his own 20 by Isaiah Papali'i and Lussick. Plays the ball to Silva. He sends it away open side left. And it's Benson in court, 28 out from his own line. He plays it to Silva, sends it left now, Walker away. And now the defence from Penrith really starting to aim up late in this half. Was Liam Martin in there with Lussick on Yongi. Played to Silva, goes left out Tonga. Caught 14 short of halfway. Played now on the last to Silva, goes right. Moses puts boot the ball from inside his 40. Down to the left wing of Tom Jenkins with a catch. 19 out from his own line. Heads over the 20. And he's heavy tackle from Williams over the top. 29 out from the Penrith line, but he's quickly to his feet. Plays the ball to Lungy. Sends it right to Jackson Edgar, who's wrapped up 34 out from his own line. 6 minutes 48 to go in the half. Lussick to the right to To'o. And he's shoved across field and backwards by the defence. And then he corrects that a little to Old within 11 of halfway. Played to Lussick. Short ball goes left edge. Alamotti straight through one over halfway. Into Kautonga. One-hander out the back to Martin. Spiralling double cut out to Yo. Yo in centre field goes on a stepping run into Walker. Stands in the tackle. 11 metres in Parramatta's half. Plays it now. Comes left to Cleary. Plays out the back to Langy. And Talangi passing is not something he's all that keen about. He scored 26 out from the line. Played on the last. Kick from Cleary, 28 metres out down to the northwest corner for Isaiah Iongi. Flies through the air with a catch. Bounced away from one and now tackled. 4 out from his own goal line. 6 left in the half. Matt Elliott, Parramatta 12, Penrith 6.
Well, the last 2 attacking sets have been by far Penrith's best, and I've got to say, what I haven't done this half, Andrew, is give Parramatta a massive rap for their defensive prowess. That was an outstanding set of defensive play from them.
Now the Eels head up over their 20-metre line through Adokar. Plays the ball to Iongi. He sent the ball away left Samrani. He scored 33 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball now to De Silva. Goes left through hands. Walker. He linked up with Tiancum Brown. Caught 8 metres short of halfway by Martin and Yo. De Silva on the last. Goes right Moses, the clearing kick from his own 40. Dropping back Jenkins with the catch. 10 out from his own line for Penrith. Considered then through quite a long pass to his right to Jackson Edgar. He scored on his own 20. What have you made of the opening 35 minutes of Jackson Edgar's NRL career?
I reckon he's been one of the better Penrith players, Andrew. His defensive positioning has been spot on, and his work under the high ball, great.
With play 3 coming up, Penrith still had 4 players offside. That is getting back. And now it's Alamotti at first receiver. Strong run but claimed, 8 metres short of halfway by De Silva. And Walker played to Lussick. Comes left to Yo. Yo goes on an angled run. 2-hand pass to Sorensen. He dummies his way past one Sorensen. Now tackled 7 metres in Parramatta territory. Isaiah Papali'i comes from the field. And it looks like Billy Phillips has come on. Here's Liam Martin. A wraparound ball to Cleary. Cleary dummy. Sends it on the inside. Talangi's tackled 29 out. Last play, Penrith. It's 12-6 to Parramatta. 4 minutes 30 left in the half. Comes left to Cleary from 28 metres out. Kick down for Iongi. Coming through Jenkins. Up he flies. Who's got it? Jenkins, I think. And it's going to be a changeover. No, Iongi came away with it. How did he do that against big man Jenkins? Parra's got it a metre out from their own goal line. Played to Moses. Goes left to Kelly. He's caught 8 out from his own line. 4 left in the half. Parramatta 12, Penrith 6.
Well, Andrew, you described that play. Iongi, the whole half, has been so good under the high ball. The contest between him and Jenkins then was just worth the whole 40 minutes for me.
So now Parramatta are outside their 20. Vital, you would think, for Parramatta to hold on to this lead in this first half. Penrith, as we know, renowned for scoring points just before a break. Now outside the 30, Samrani plays a clearing kick from Moses. It looks like he shanked it. Oh, he tried to trap it, To'o, and it missed his legs, or did it? It's over the eastern touchline. That made Brian To'o look a bit silly, but did he touch the ball? He did. Parramatta's going to get a play the ball 25 out from the Penrith line. It was a really awful looking kick from Moses, but by goodness it's effective. To'o never looked like he had a clue as to how to field it. Down to the touchline, Ruan Sims. Did it touch his leg?
It didn't. No, it didn't. And they don't have a challenge, so they've already lost it. They can't challenge that. It didn't actually touch his right knee. It skimmed past it. But I tell you what, Isaiah Papali'i's come off for an HIA, so he hopefully will return at halftime cap 2.
Okay, thanks, Roo. Here's Brown from the restart, taking 19 out.
Just looked at Snicko, Andrew. He hit one of the hairs on his legs.
Did it?
Yeah.
Here's Jack Williams. So you're agreeing with the decision?
Yeah.
11 metres out from the goal line, right in front of the southern post.
Well, Matty is.
De Silva goes left to Walker, then away to Volkman. He got the pass to Semrani, but he ran around Kautonga, so had to submit. 10 metres out, 10 metres in, southeast corner. 2 minutes 30 left in the half. This is huge right here, right now. 12-6 Eels. Volkman goes to his right. Through hands, Walker to Moses. Stab kick, not a good one. Fielded by Casey McLean. Penrith survives. 7 out for their own goal line with 2 minutes 13 to go in the half. And Parramatta leading 12-6. Play to Talangi. Goes right to Jenkins and he's scored 12 out from his own line. What about that play?
Yeah, that was a set-up play from Mitch Moses. But what? Oh, there's a knock on there from Jenkins. So
You surrender, then you try to play it while you're still on the ground. Shot clock on.
Again, they've already burnt their challenge.
Exactly.
So they can't challenge that either. A knock-on from Tom Jenkins is the ruling. As he lost the ball, he's claiming it came off Dylan Walker's foot.
No, but he put it on his...
He did. That's right.
So the referee got that one 100% right.
Had they not already have burnt their challenge, they would have burnt it then. So Parramatta has a scrum feed 14. Now Penrith almost begging Parramatta to score before half-time. 12-6 Eels. Scrum here fed by Moses. 20 in from the western touchline. 14 metres out. In it goes. Out she comes to Silva. Sends it left to Volkman. Turns it into Tiancum Brown. And he's caught by 3 Panther defenders. 8 metres out from the goal line. He plays it to Silva. Comes to the right, Walker. Then away Moses to Tuolangi. Kelmer gets within a metre of the line. Held up there by Blaze Tuolangi and Billy Phillips and Jackson Edgar a metre away. To Silva. Goes left to Walker. Dummies his way straight into the defence. Put down 6 metres out from the Penrith line. Inside a minute to go in the half. Dummy half to Silva. Fires it out the back left to Moses. To Volkman. Puts it on the toe. Getting back there is the Penrith Panthers centre Alamotti. He runs it over the dead ball line to save the day. Parramatta 12, Penrith 6, 35 seconds to go. Goal line drop out Penrith.
Yeah, I guess that's a preconceived plan again. You know, they've got an inexperienced fullback there. They thought they'd test him out, but my suggestion is they do what they did earlier and really try and play through the line and run good lines back towards the middle.
Line drop out here with 18 seconds left on the ticking clock. So we're going to see a field goal. Cleary drills it for the western touchline. Kelly's there though. He gets it, puts a little stack kick to McLean. Gets it for Kelly. Kelly might have got there to score. We're going to the bunker. Yeah. Either way, that is brilliant.
We haven't got to tackle one yet. Had no try. Don't believe we've got a grounding. Just confirm that there's no untoward contact on Brian Kelly posting kicking.
Touch shot with Sauce job. I'm not a body language specialist, Matty, but I don't believe Kelly thinks he scored.
I think you're 100% right, Andrew. But what about it? The genius he showed there, picking that kick up there from Cleary.
And runs everyone onside now as he passes his teammates.
Kelly takes on Jenkins, gets past him. He's beyond the touchline.
Just having a look at the actions of Thomas Jenkins.
It starts with the jostle.
Thomas Jenkins plays the man here. This is initially a penalty. We're playing on at this stage to see what happens next.
So a minimum penalty to Parramatta near the touchline. Through comes McLean against Kelly. Air swing.
Brian Kelly knocks on in goals.
Kelly got a finger tip to
ruling
it.
out a penalty try due to the vicinity of Casey McLean.
There will be a penalty to Parramatta.
The actions of Thomas Jenkins, however, will be a professional foul as it is try scoring. We have a decision.
Gee, I'm not sure that looks inevitable.
It's going to be a professional foul. There's too much doubt about whether he would have actually grounded it.
So Jenkins will go to the bench.
Tom plays the man, mate. He doesn't play the ball, and he's not just turning. He actually goes to him, and it stops him from maybe being able to get there to ground it. It's going to be a professional foul.
He's in the bin. It started shoulder to shoulder, as I said, but then he put the arm out and gave him a shove. So Jenkins is in the bin, and this all came, remember, from his knock on, so there may have been some frustration. So they'll start the first 10 minutes of the second half, Penrith with 12 men, down 12-6. Moses will take this shot at goal a metre in from the western touchline.
But Andrew, this sums Penrith up for me. This is probably their poorest performance in a fair while. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Even when the game last week, they came up against a really red-hot Broncos team, but they're only down 12-6, and I would say Parramatta are playing some really outstanding footy. So just for them to stay in the game, that sums up how effective and how dangerous this Penrith team is.
That all happened in front of you, Roo. How did you read it?
Yeah, it certainly did, and I would actually posit that Will Bensony got in the way of Thomas Jenkins from actually initially getting to Kelly to try and put some pressure on him. So, it's a tough one, but, it's been ruled on, and now Mitch Moses gets the opportunity to add the extras at half-time.
23 out, 1 metre in from the western touchline. 12-6 Eels. We've got a great view of it. Moses strikes it, hooks it away left. It's going to land in the in-goal area. Caught by Liam Martin. They run it. He sends a pass away right to Alamotti over the 10 and tackled 17 out. That couldn't have been a dramatic last play. That wasn't in the end. Alamotti's caught, and that is half-time after the miss from Mitch Moses. He's 2 from 3. Parramatta go into the sheds, leading Penrith by 12 points to 6. Remembering Penrith has beaten the Eels 5 games in a row. Now, for Parramatta, Tries, what about the silence of the crowd here at halftime? And there might be 15,000 in the house. Tries to Mitch Moses in the 3rd minute.
You want to see
Jack
the
Williams in the
flood?
13th minute. Moses 2 goals from 3
Flood
attempts.
some more.
And we look at the restarts.
Oh my God,
And
look at
none
that
for
fly.
Parramatta. For Penrith, they tried to
Because
case in between in the
the rim
17th
is
minute.
very
Nathan Cleary 1 from 1. Tom Jenkins sin bin for professional foul in the 40th minute. 2 restarts and 1 unsuccessful challenge. The penalties 4-1 to Parramatta. The scoreline 12-6 to Parramatta. And Matt, the way the game played out doesn't seem like it's enough.
No, that doesn't really reflect their dominance in the first half. But as I said, that's something that Penrith
How long
have
does that take
a history of doing, is
to
staying
go
in
away?
games, and they can find a way to win. So Parramatta are going to have to come out in the second half and find another way to elevate their performance, because I've got no doubt Penrith will come out with a completely different mentality.
Yeah, Roo, stunning. First 40 minutes here from Parramatta. They're up by 6 against a team that doesn't seem to really found its way into the game yet.
No, they haven't, but they're only 6 points behind. So that's something that, like you both said, that Penrith do so well. They just stay in the fight and then find a way to wriggle their way back into it.
How long
But I
does
feel
it
like
take
I'm
before the
really,
water goes away?
really interested to hear what the halftime messages are from both coaches, because, like you said, we never really see, or we don't normally see Penrith in this situation. So I can't wait to hear what Cleary has to say at halftime.
On the text line, Rutherford Rooster, could it be Penrith being worked overtime and training in the lead up to the finals? Could be. I was just speaking about that, I think, on NRL Monday. That does certainly happen.
I was thinking about that. We saw that for a lot of years with Melbourne, right? They get a little bit tired at this time of the year because Craig Bellamy puts some work into it and then rests them up.
Loving free Wi-Fi on the plane and the ABC Listen app. I'm not missing a minute of the game, even at 30,000 feet. Good on you, John, listening from Hobart. Great call by Roo. Cleary sounds like he's not hit one flush since Origin. It's showing in his distance and his hang time. 0467 920 222. And Chris Gimpy says the saxophonist Plas Johnson, who played the Pink Panther theme, died today at 94. Maybe that's an omen. Well, they're certainly in their Pink Panther gear, Chris, the Penrith side. 0467 920 222. Repeating, Australia is through to the men's semi-finals at the Water Polo World Cup in Sydney, having beaten Spain 5-3 on penalties. It was 18 all at the end of full time. AFL second quarter, the Adelaide Crows pumping Collingwood at the moment 48-21. Are we an upset city here at Western Sydney Stadium? Yes, at the moment. Parramatta 12, Penrith 6. You with Matt Elliott, Ruan Sims. I'm Andrew Moore on NRL Thursday here on ABC Sport. Intriguing second half to come following the ABC News.
ABC News with Tweong Fitzpatrick. A Jewish community leader has told the Royal Commission on Anti-Semitism and Social Cohesion his colleague was abused during a visit to the site of the Bondi shootings. Georgia Lenton-Williams has more.
Co-CEO of the Executive Council of Australian Jewry, Peter Wertheim, told the Royal Commission's hearing in Melbourne his colleague was verbally abused yesterday during a goodwill visit to the Bondi shooting site. He said despite the fact the police and media were present, one of his colleagues was accosted at the site where 15 innocent people were killed. Mr. Wertheim said it's reflective of Australia's social environment. Representatives from the New South Wales and Victorian governments have also fronted the Commission this afternoon, speaking about funding arrangements for security measures protecting Jewish communities.
Heading overseas, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio says America remains prepared to play a constructive role in helping bring an end to the war in Ukraine. His comments follow talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on the sidelines of an Asian gathering in Manila. Mr. Rubio has described the discussion as a good and frank conversation. He says President Donald Trump has made clear that the US is prepared to help facilitate an end to a senseless war if the opportunity arose. Meanwhile, Gulf states are increasingly pessimistic about the situation in the Middle East as the US and Iran continue to trade strikes. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran has more.
there is a sense that it is other countries really trying to push this issue, regardless of what Donald Trump is saying about the Iranians being desperate for a deal. A deal has not materialised. He's said that repeatedly throughout the course of this now almost 5-month-long war. But clearly there is efforts happening behind the scenes. Those two countries, Pakistan and Qatar in particular, trying to grease the wheel here and make it a situation where there can be some talks. But at this stage, they haven't provided anything or borne any fruit to this point.
Origin Energy has confirmed its systems have been hacked and customer data stolen. Amelia Terzon has the latest.
So Origin has said that they believe its impacted data may include names, addresses, dates of birth, contact phone numbers, account information, as well as, they say, the last 4 digits of a credit card or the last couple of digits of a bank account. Now, this is different to what they said yesterday, where they said we do not believe the impacted data includes customer, credit card or bank details. It is worth noting that the ABC has spoken to somebody who claims to be the hacker behind this, and we've seen data sheets, but we have not verified with Origin that this person is correct.
Also in the news, Australia's housing market has entered a downturn for the first time in more than 3 years. Domain data shows capital city house prices fell by 1.4% in the last quarter. Unit prices dropped by 1.2%. Chief economist at Heron Todd White, Cameron Cusher, says changes to negative gearing and capital gains taxes have dampened investor sentiment.
And we've also seen in the federal budget there's been quite a lot of changes around negative gearing and capital gains tax discount. Now, obviously, some people are very much in favour of these changes, others not. But investors are about 40% of the market, and it has certainly damaged sentiment around investing in property as well.
Former Labor Minister Craig Emerson has welcomed the Prime Minister's announcement of a new Fair Work Court. Anthony Albanese has told the Labor Party's National Conference the court will be headed by expert judges in consultation with the Fair Work Commission. It will aim to resolve workplace disputes faster and at a lower cost for both parties. Mr Emerson says both parties will see the benefits of the new system.
You would have heard the Prime Minister saying this is good for workers, but he also emphasised it's good for employers. Why? Because we don't have inordinate and very costly delays if we have a specialist jurisdiction, and that's what this provides.
A pioneer of voluntary assisted dying has praised the introduction of VAD legislation to the Northern Territory, but says the government's bill includes unworkable clauses. The Territory government introduced its Rights of the Terminally Ill bill to Parliament today, 30 years after the practice was introduced and later banned in the NT. Dr Philip Nitschke, who advocated for the practice in the 90s, says it's a great day, but has opposed a gag clause that prevents doctors from mentioning VAD to patients. And the Brisbane Lions coach says they won't be taking Port Adelaide lightly in Sunday's AFL home game. This is ABC News.
Dodging on the blind side.
In the snow, I've always been told if you start stumbling, grumbling or mumbling, ask for help.
Ryan HG.
You've only got to almost walk past a table that's got a beer on it. You become,
legless.
Ryan HG on ABC Listen.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Boltman got it onto Iongi, takes on the defence, captured only 9 metres away by Cleary. Sent in from touch, Sowe's corner, played on the last. Comes to the right, Boltman with a crossfield kick, they're coming through in numbers. Moses, he takes the cat down to Smith and scores the try. Yes, already a try to Paramatta. Boltman, short ball left for Reddy, spins in the tackle, taken over the top by Martin. 11 metres out from the goal line. Plays the ball now to Silver. Goes right to Boltman. Links up with Moses. Short ball, Williams. Straight past Edgar. He's over. Paramatta is on fire. The slipperiest of eels. And Penrith is dead set, not shown up. Cleary flicked it out the back. Casey McLean going for the goal line. Did he get that down miraculously? I think he did. Try to McLean. It was not much of a kick from Cleary. It was a great catch as usual from Jenkins, and he found McLean to a very, very short blind side, and somehow Casey's got it down.
Will be a penalty to Paramatta. The actions of Thomas Jenkins, however, will be a professional foul.
He's going to be bin.
We have a decision.
Gee, I'm not sure that looks sin-binnable. He's in the bin. It started shoulder to shoulder, as I said, but then he put the arm out and gave him a shove. So they'll start the first 10 minutes of the second half, Penrith with 12 12 men, down 12-6.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
and ABC Listen.
6-point game here at Western Sydney Stadium. Paramatta 12 leading Penrith 6. And we look at the most basic of stats, completion rates, 82% for Paramatta. That's 18 of their 22 sets. Their 4 errors were all pretty horrible, but they limited it at least. And for Penrith, only 71%, 15 from 21. As a result, Paramatta has had 54% of the ball, and that's not a stat you normally associate with Penrith, Matt Elliott.
No, Penrith pride themselves on having a completion rate above 85% most of the time, and it's not that they play conservative footy, but everyone knows what each other's doing, and you really assess that early in that half, Andrew. They're not communicating with each other at all, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work that out. So certainly Ivan Cleary will be discussing that at halftime, but as Roo just said, and you and I have spoken, they remain in this game. They're only 6 points out of it, and we've seen them put in poor performances in the past and find a way to win. So will they do it tonight? We'll see.
On the text line, 0467 920 222. More, if anybody else is getting dropouts on the app on Rapid, just close it and reopen it again seems okay. Well, that's helpful, Mark. So if you're listening to ABC Rapid, to shut the gap from streaming service to what you're seeing on TV, if it does drop out, just shut it down and reopen it again, and Mark tells us everything's all right. So thank you, mate. Andrew and Matt, with all the Panthers being off contract at the end of 27, could Jerome Luai be talking to them, even though the Chiefs are restricted until November 1 from Pete at Fennell Bay? Certainly not officially. I doubt it. No, I doubt it. Loving the quality call, guys, on the ABC Listen app with the volume down on TV from Yonago, Japan. Waiting for a ferry to South Korea and trying to explain the rules to a few of the locals. Go Para and bring on the Snickos. Rooster Rudy, that's awesome, Rooster Rudy. And say hello to all your friends over there in Japan for us. Dear team, also Dragon supporter and the writer of the song Hokey Pokey died last week. And additionally sad, it took 6 hours to bury him as they put the left leg in, the left leg out, etc. Great calling to us from Damo in Greece. Ah, dear, funny Damo. Thank you for that text, 0467 920 222. You would have been a great exponent of the Hokey Pokey.
I've done the Hokey Pokey.
Oh, I have no doubt. You'd have done the Do-So-Do. You'd have done everything.
No, not so much. I've done the...
Didn't you used to go to barn dances or anything like that?
No barn dancing.
You look like someone who'd excel at a barn dance. A bar dance too, but certainly a barn dance.
I was a nutbush city limits. You know, we all did that at school.
I can picture it. This second half, Matty, as much as I want to get that picture out of my head. Paramatta, don't do it now. Just don't do it now. The beauty is we've got a video. So
got me again.
Second half, Penrith firstly. What's Ivan Cleary's message to his team?
Well, Andrew, they need to play as a unit, and they did in that first half, and they certainly didn't play with any intensity. We were used to seeing the Panthers. I've never seen a team in their first set go 50 metres against them in attack, so they certainly need to lift their intensity. It wouldn't be a complicated message, that's for sure, because it's not strategic.
Now, Jared, our social media guy, he's just asked, he said there was something wrong with the tape. Could you do the Nutbush City Movement dance again?
I can do this again.
Yes, that's for those, because it is still a verbal medium, people can't see, you were just giving Jared a wave.
Yes.
Some of your best wishes. So Penrith first team back for the second half with a 12-6 disadvantage here. Paramatta in front, and how crucial is this 10 minutes too for both teams with Tom Jenkins in the sin bin?
That's a really good point, Andrew, because some teams can get distracted when the opposition's down a player and they start, trying to play, extensive football. What the Eels need to do is play direct like they did in that first half. Be patient, trust their systems rather than trying to come up with points, because The worst case scenario is if they play really well, don't make any errors, they suck a lot of the energy out of this Panthers team.
Check in with Bruce shortly. Tomorrow we're on air from 5:30. Myself, Luke Lewis and John Gibbs at Hunter Stadium. Can't wait for this one. Newcastle against the Sydney Roosters at 6 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, South Sydney takes on Melbourne at Stadium Australia. So, Paramatta to kick off to start the second half. 12-6 the Eels lead. And Jared Sutton's about to blow time on. Let's go. Putting boot in the ball is Ronald Boltman. Sends it down to the northern end of the ground. And the catch made by Freddie Lussick, a metre out from the goal line. He sends the pass away left to Henry, and he's tackled Liam Henry. 14 out from his own line, 18 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Lussick. Takes off from dummy half. Beat a couple, Freddie. And now he's going to be held up 28 out from his own line by Tiankun Brown. He plays at 15 in from touch on the eastern side. And it comes open side right to Scott Sorensen. He's fell 34 out from his own line. Played to Lussick. Goes right to Yo. He's over the 40. Tackled 6 metres short of halfway. Repeating Penrith down to 12 men for the first 10 minutes of the second half. Lussick again out of dummy half. Put down 3 metres in Paramatta territory. Played quickly on the last. Comes right to clear his kick. 43 metres out. Down for Isaiah Iongi with a catch. And he nearly got tackled by Josh Addo-Carr. Instead he's put to the ground by Isaiah Papali'i. 18 out from his own line. 1 minute gone second half. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6. Now the Eels working to the right. Tackle made on Sam Rani. 22 out from the Eels line, courtesy of Lussick. Ball played to the Silva. Goes open side right to Kelly. Centre of the field, Brian Kelly. Caught 31 out from his own line. He gave the Penrith defender a bit of a shove there. Liam Henry, but told us to play it again. No penalty to Silva. He works it right to Will Bensony. And a good strong run by Bensony. Great leg drive into the defence of Phillips and 2 others. Asked to play now, 2 short of halfway to the Silva. Short side right they go. And the tackle made on Brown. 8 metres inside Penrith territory. Or was it Kilman Tuolangi? It was. Kick crossfield by Moses. And it's taken now by Edgar. He's got it for Penrith. 20 out from his own line. 1:45 gone second half. 12-6 Paramatta lead. Penrith, let's check in downstairs for the first time. Ruan Sims, what's doing?
Well, I've got an update from both sheds at halftime. Jason Rowles, obviously from the Eels camp, very happy with their completion rate. He wants more of the same in this second half, but he wants to make sure that they start this next 10 minutes with intent, particularly with the Panthers down 2-12. And the Panthers, obviously, Ivan Cleary wasn't happy with the start and wants them to make sure that the first 10 minutes they have genuine ruck control because they are down that extra player.
All right, Roo, here's Isaiah Yo on the right edge. Runs into Brown. Stands in the tackle of he and also Kautonga on halfway. Flat on the last. Cleary kicks it from the halfway paint. Straight down the throat of Iongi. 9 out from the Paramatta goal line. He's up over the 10 into Lussick and Papali'i and tackled 21 out from his own line for Paramatta. 2 minutes 30 gone second half. 12-6 the Eels. Addo-Carr from dummy half makes it almost to his 30. Jenkins in the bin for Penrith for another 6 minutes and 10 seconds. As Paramatta now working right edge to within 7 metres of halfway. Ball played to Silva. Fends away from Lussick. Got away from another tackle. Great run. Talon to Silva. Finally held 7 metres in Penrith territory. Courtesy there of Billy Phillips. Now comes right on the next play to Brian Kelly. He runs into and held up by Yo. 30 metres out from the line. Last play. Kick from Moses. 31 metres out. Down the centre of the ground. Brian To'o charges over after it. Knocked back by Kitione Kautonga. Dived on by Penrith. They've got a 10 out for their own line through Brian To'o. It remains 12-6 to the Eels, Matt Elliott. 3.5 gone second half.
Well, what we're witnessing at the start of this half is both teams going at the back of the ruck in quite severe intensity, Andrew, and they're making a lot of yardage. So it's end-to-end footy just at the moment. Who's going to come away with the points?
To'o outside his 20 centre field. Plays it to Lussick. He sends the ball left edge away to Henry. He's on his back. 30 out from his own line. Played to Lussick. Comes right centre field to Yo, away to Cleary. Then on to Alamotti. Steps straight around Semrani into Volkman. Tackled 11 short of halfway. Last tackle now for Penrith. Nathan Cleary's got his arms extended, claiming there was a high tackle.
No, I think they're talking about a cannonball here, Andrew. I'm not sure who came in late there, but it's gone off.
So in came Kautonga it was. Came in, hit him around sort of butt height. And the right buttock chip. And he's still down, Paul Alamotti.
Yeah, I don't think it was a hip drop, and I don't think it was illegal, Andrew.
No, I don't either.
It wasn't as low as it looked.
Tackle, last tackle.
I get why he might be in pain, Alamotti, but it was more one of those things than anything else. So last tackle, Penrith, 10 short of halfway. Katonga gives Alamotti a bit of a caring pat there as it comes away from Cleary to Blaze to Lange. Very short kick. It's going to find the grass and bounces over the eastern touchline. So it'll be a play the ball here for Paramatta. The flag up about 24 metres out from the Eels line. Well, we saw, Roo, in the first half how quick out of the box Paramatta was and how flat and almost mentally not there Penrith was. What are you seeing early stages second half?
Well, the second half, the Panthers look really switched on now. They're just trying to work that ruck control that we heard about Ivan Cleary speak about at half-time to make sure that they're controlling that so the Eels aren't getting too much of a roll on. But just to let you know, there's just 4 minutes left for Milky in the sin bin. Hang on, Ollie, they're getting to the left.
Okay, goes to Addo Karu, steps in field to Cleary and Papali'i, tackle 14 short of halfway. 19 in for the western touchline to Silva. Sends the ball open side right. Tiancum Brown's caught, 4 metres short of halfway. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6. Ball played and it comes left. Botman, short ball, Kautongi got the ball away. Kautonga away that time to Semrani. He's caught 31 out from the line. Quick play the ball to Silva. Goes short side left, puts it on the toe, but Jackson Edgar's there. He got across magnificently to his right to save the day. 6 out from the Penrith line. Gee, you wonder if they went right though. They might have had the numbers, but Penrith has the ball back. It comes left to To'o. He's caught 12 out from his own line. Paramatta 12, Penrith 6. Back down to Eurowan, Sims, you were saying.
Yeah, people at home might be wondering why there's only just over 3 minutes left on Milky's sin bin. It's because when he was actually sin binned, the ball was still in play, so he's actually due back at 31:53 on the game clock.
Okay, well that weirds me out too because there was 18 seconds left on the game clock when he was given his marching orders. 3 minutes, 30 metres out from their own line, Penrith. They kick on the last Cleary, down to Iongi, moving to his right. In terms of field position, you think Parramatta's even marginally in front in this second half. They fling the ball away to the right side, and taking the tackle is Kelly, a metre in Penrith's territory on play 1. 5 in from the eastern touchline. And they've knocked the ball on at dummy half again. We've got Brian Kelly trying to play the ball.
He never plays it backwards, he just kicks it forward.
That's 2 mistakes they've made like that in the game, Paramatta. He just trod all over it, Kelly. So it's going to be a Penrith scrum feed 4 short of halfway. Talk about releasing the pressure valve, Matthew Elliott.
And they were putting the pressure on, and as you said, Andrew, identified the Panthers kicking game. I've never seen it so inept. Nathan Cleary is one of the best field kickers in the game. I've never seen him kick the ball so short, and his accuracy is way off. Oh, gee, there was nearly a scrum win there.
Against the feed. I thought Cleary's kicking was pretty ordinary last week too.
Head in.
Okay, we just had one of your sign footer just fall all over us and water's now gone everywhere. So it's Penrith winning the scrum. And I thought we've got something to dry the laptop. Thank you, mate. Just go for it, Jared. Don't worry about me. I'll find the footy somewhere. Here's Parramatta with Penrith with it 10 metres in Parramatta territory. Papali'i plays it short side right to Cleary. Wrapped up 38. You're right there, Matt. I'm fine. 8 in for the western touchline. Well, that was not my fault. Play now. It comes to the left away to Alamotti. Straightens into Tiancum, Brown and Walker. 21 out for the Parramatta line. Penrith on the attack, trailing 12-6. Dummy half Lussick. Goes left to Yo. Out the back to Cleary. He got it away to Lungy. Short pass on to supporters. Penrith only 6 metres out for the goal line. The tackle's made. Out wide there on Billy Phillips. He plays it. They work it right. Cleary and rush left foot kick. And it's dived upon by Parramatta's Tiancum Brown. 4 out for the Eels goal line. 8 gone second half. 12-6 in favour of the Eels. Another minute left in the bin for Penrith winger Tom Jenkins. It's been scoreless in that time. There's now Addo Carr at first receiver. He scored 15 out from his own line. Have you recovered now, Matt, from the water spillage?
I'm completely over it, Andrew, and I can tell you what, the Panthers in that last set, they're down to 12 men, they're dominating field position, and their line speed this set is exactly what's required.
Where are all the napkins you had in the 46 pieces of the zucchini cake you ate? Here's the kick downfield by Moses. Dropping back is Casey McLean with a bit of a leap. He's got it 18 out from his own line. Heads up over the 20 and the 30. Going to be taken 34 out from his own line for Penrith. So 31 and a half still to play. Jenkins is only 7 seconds from returning to the field for Penrith. He's there on the touchline. Liam Martin's coming back too from a stint on the interchange bench. And now Jenkins is back on. It's 13 on 13. Alamonte, good strong run. Quarter metre in Paramatta territory. Martin on, Isaiah off for Penrith. Ball played to Lussick. Goes left to Cleary. Look left, look right. Everyone's flat-footed. Set restart though has been issued here for Penrith, though inside the 10 Parramatta. And Martin scored 10 metres in Eels territory. Played to Lussick. Short side right to Edgar. Bounce away from Williams into Volkman. Caught 29 out from the Parramatta line. 14 in for the Western touchline. Lussick spins to left to Cleary. Then away Sorensen in centre field. He's up over the 20. Now claimed 18 out from the Parramatta line. 3 tackles still to go in the set. Lussick sends it left to Cleary. Plays out the barrel. Plays to Lange. Went out after with 10 thumbs. It goes backwards. Cleaned up by Cleary. He sends the ball back to the right edge, and Parramatta has to keep defending. Penrith 11 metres out from the goal line. Ball's going to be played now by Henry. In front of the sticks to Lussick. Goes right to Cleary. Flat pass Martin through one. But a try saver from Jordan Semrani. 2 out for the goal line. Played on the last. It comes to the left. Cleary. He gets the pass away. And Penrith's going to cross over and score the try through Liam Henry. He steams onto it, Henry. He scores between the posts, and shortly we're going to be level. 10 minutes, 10 gone second half. Parramatta 10, Parramatta 12, Penrith 10 with a kick to come. First set really since Jenkins came back on the field, and Liam Henry scores between the sticks, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, Andrew, and I tell you what, they did that on last play. Cleary looks to shape the kick, but then just does that pass across the face of the player, right back at the middle of the post there. That was great identification of space by Nathan Cleary. Panthers soon to be level in this game.
Touchline we go, Ruan Sims.
Yeah, really smart play. They isolated Dylan Walker. They had one runner inside, one runner outside, and then it was just the pass selection by Nathan Cleary that really made it. He still had plenty of work to do, but he did it so beautifully, and this is a pretty easy kick by Nathan Cleary's standards to kick over for the extra 2.
12-10 at the moment. Parramatta leads Penrith. Cleary lining up the kick, or at least setting it up 11 metres out right in front of the post. It's half-time in the AFL at Adelaide Oval. In fact, just into the third quarter, Adelaide 48 leading Collingwood 40. The Australian men's water polo team into the World Cup semi-finals after a penalty shootout win over Spain tonight. Here's Cleary to level the scores. Moves in with the right boot and kicks the goal. He is 2 out of 2. Parramatta 12, Penrith 12. NRL Thursday on ABC Sport with 28 and a half minutes still to play. And Parramatta, it's how long can they keep going, in my view, Matty? How long can they maintain a high standard against the team on top of the table?
You identified it, Andrew, very early in the pieces. They keep coming up with errors coming out of their own territory, and they're putting pressure on themselves to do that. And they're just, the Panthers aren't a team you can allow invite into your own territory. How's that water going by the Andrew?
Well, the good thing about water, Matthew, it's wet. Here's the kick-off. Dropping back with a catch, plays to Lange.
Makes me smile.
Goes right to Liam Henry, and he scored 13 out from his own line. 12 all the score, as now the ball's played. Lussick sends it right, away to Isaiah Papali'i. He's down 19 out from his own goal line for Penrith. It was 12-0 Parramatta, now 12 all. To the right edge now, it's the Panthers with it. 24 out from their own goal line. Tackle made here on the try scorer Henry. They work it right to Martin. He runs into 3 Eels defenders. Scored on his own 30. Played it quickly to Lussick. Takes off from dummy half. Goes right to Cleary. And for the third or fourth time, he's going to be caught heading into the last play. 5 short of halfway. He'll play the ball now. 10 in from the western touchline to Lussick. Comes left to Lange. It's a midfield bomb. It's going to come down about 20 out from the Parramatta line, straight down the throat of Iongi. He's got it, but the chase looks really, really good, although he gets away from Alamonte, and then Papali'i. Then he straightens, and finally going to be wrapped up 18 out from his own goal line. There are 3 defenders in there, including Billy Phillips. Laid down to Moses. He sends it right edge, and Parramatta with a 22 out from their own line. 12 all the score. 12 minutes 45 gone second half. Moses dummy half. Works it right. Kelman to Talangi hitting a big tackle. 32 out from his own line. McLean was in there, or rather was Talangi with Isaiah Papali'i. And now Paramatta making it within 7 metres of halfway. Ball played to De Silva. He takes off from dummy half, over halfway. And the tackle made 5 metres inside Penrith territory. Has played now to Walker. Goes right to Moses. Puts up a towering kick down to the wing of Jenkins. Up he goes. Jenkins loses it. Went backwards. Regathers for Penrith. And the Panthers have it back 14 out from their own line. 13 minutes 20 gone second half. 12 all the score. As now Penrith work it right to Jackson Edgar, and the young fullback's driven back 13 out from his own line.
Yeah, outstanding response there from the Paramatta Eels, Andrew, in that yardie set there. Great kick chase. Jenkins, yet again, how does he do that under pressure all the time? He never misses.
Luca Moretti back on the field, incidentally, for Parramatta. Here's Martin. He's caught 24 out from his own line. Stands in the tackle there. And of Kautonga plays it. They work it right edge to Lussick. Tackled 34 out from his own goal line by Walker. Last play. Comes right now to Cleary. 35 out from his own line. Against an ordinary looking strike, but it bounces down to Iongi. 12 out from his own line. Heads over the 20 into the chase led by To'o. 27 out from the Parramatta line. We've had 14 minutes in the second half.
Tackle one.
Brown's going to be put into the head bin here, Andrew. He just reeled out of the tackle.
Luca, independent doctor, HIA, Luca Moretti.
So Luca Moretti gone for the HIA. He'll go off. And it looks like Sam Tuivasa will come on the field. 12 all the score. 14 gone second half. Let's check in on the touchline. Rowan Sims.
Yeah, well, the Panthers have really started to turn the screws in this second half. As soon as they got back to their full complement, you just saw them start to click into gear. But it's been through their defensive efforts, and that's something that Ivan Cleary spoke about at halftime, and it's been very evident to start this game, this second half, I should say.
Right, Roo now from the restart. Parramatta take it 31 out from their own goal line. Jordan Samrani tackled there by Phillips and also Lussick. Now comes right to Avedi. He's scored 11 short of halfway. Plays the ball. Working to the right edge again to Kelma Tuolangi. He's scored 2 metres short of halfway. Getting into dummy half now for Parramatta in the 17 jersey on the field. Harrison Edwards.
Come in and push again.
Former Bulldog, former Cowboy. Well, there's a warning for a future penalty against Tuolangi. Parramatta go right to left. Walker to Volkman. Puts in a kick over the top. The Fox is chasing. The race, though, is between Josh Adokar, the ball on the touchline, and the touchline wins. It'll be Penrith play the ball 22 out from their own goal line. Quarter of an hour gone second half. It remains 12. Each of two, Penrith and Parramatta.
Andrew Volkman got that 100% right as far as the decision making, but his execution on that kick was poor. Josh Adokar had plenty of space, but he just couldn't get that ball. He had no chance. So poor kick, and Penrith coming out of their own territory with some real ruck speed.
Isaiah Papali'i, 12 short of halfway, plays it. Comes open side right for Penrith. The tackle made about 5 metres short of halfway on Sorensen. He plays it. They send it right. Cleary away to Martin. And he runs into Volkman, Samrani and Kautonga. 2 metres in Parramatta territory. Stood in the tackle. Played to Lassie. Goes left to Cleary. Then centre field to Phillips. He's caught 36 out from the Parramatta line. Last play now for Penrith. The ball will be played to low. They give away a set restart. Harrison Edwards going to the last. 6 more tackles then for the Penrith Panthers. They go right edge. Alamotti to To'o. Slipped over. Got up, regained his feet. And he's going to be tackled only 11 out from the goal line. 8 metres in from touch in the southwest corner. Lassie goes left away. Through hands. Edgar to Cleary. Cleary takes him on up the middle, but he's felled. 6 out from the line in front of the sticks. Play to Lussick. Cut out ball right to Liam Martin. He reaches over and scores. Great effort through Volkman. Liam Martin loves it. And for the first time this evening, Penrith's in front. Try to Martin. 23 minutes 40 still to play. Penrith 16, Parramatta 12.
Andrew, you cannot give the Panthers 6 again on last play. But the play leading into that, Nathan Cleary dummies, goes to the line, gets a lightning play the ball. I don't think he put his foot on it there. Martin just powers into Volkman. Lussick's been great at it, dummy half in this second half, Andrew, and his pass there to Liam Martin was just spot on and just crashed his way over the try line.
From the very first set, he had 2 runs from dummy half in this second half. Lussick down to the touch touchline, Ruan Sims.
Yeah, it was a really nice bit of play there. And like you said, Matty, giving away a 6 again on the last there, that is a genuine coach killer. And you can't allow the Panthers continuous ball where you have to defend your own line. There is going to be a fracture, and they will find that fracture and make you pay for it. More bad news for the Eels. It's heaped on here. Luca Moretti has been ruled out with his HIA for the rest of the game.
Okay, must have been Cat 1. Thanks so much, Roo. So Nathan Cleary, 16 metres out, 5 metres to the right of the post. 2 out of 2 so far. 2 tries in 6 minutes gives Penrith the lead. They conceded the first 2 tries of the game in the opening 13 minutes. They really did not look like a team prepared to come out and play, but they're finding their mojo. They've found the lead. And now Cleary next to the post with the right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. His third from as many attempts. Penrith 18, Paramatta 12 here at Western Sydney Stadium with 22 minutes to play.
Well, Andrew, the Panthers made 6 errors in that first half. You know they've made in the second half?
I want to say none.
Yes.
Okay.
And what they do is they just show that poise where they're under pressure. They don't panic, and they allow their footy to do the speaking there. And that's what they've been able to do. And Parramatta aren't playing poor, but you just cannot give Panthers possession.
Well, this might be unfair, but if I'm a Parramatta fan, I'm looking at the number 7. He's got to keep us in this game, Mitch Moses. It's from the kick-off. It's returned now by Penrith. They have it 14 out from their own line.
Not unfair, Andrew. Totally fair.
Ball played to Lussick. He sends it away right edge to Henry. He's going to be caught on his own 20-metre line with Matt Elliott, Ruan Sims. I'm Andrew Moore on NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Is now Isaiah Papali'i hits the floor. Ball came out the back, in fact, for Penrith, and they keep it alive. 30 metres out from their own line. A jigging run there by Sorensen. Plays it to Lussick. They go through hands, left to right, Cleary. Out the back, Jackson Edgar, but steps straight into Samrani and Volkman. 14 short of halfway. 15 in from the western touchline. Play that goes left to Martin, away to Cleary. Back centre field to Phillips. He's caught 4 short of halfway. Plays it now on the last to Lussick. Goes right to Cleary. He just gives it everything he has downfield. Adokar dropping back with the catch, facing his own goal line in front of the Brett Kenny stand. 2 out from his own line. Over the 10 he goes, and he's wrapped up 18 out from his own line. Parramatta with it, trailing 18-12. 19 minutes gone, second half. And now how can the Eels find a way to stay in this game? If not, come back and win it themselves. Diongi plays the ball to Edwards. Goes right to Kelly. He's caught 33 out from his own line. Make it 35 by the time he's held. 15 in from the eastern touchline. And a silly set restart given away there by Blaze Talangi. So now it's Parramatta with a restart. They've got a 4 metres short of halfway, trailing 18-12. And another one given away by Freddie Lussick. So back-to-back 6 agains here for Parramatta. They edge their way into Penrith territory. They haven't spent a lot of time there in the second half as they trail 18-12. Tilvedi plays the ball to Edwards. Goes right, Walker to Moses. Then he got the cut-out pass. Talangi's away. He sends the ball back on the inside to Moses. He gets past Cleary 18 metres out. Can he link up? He put the fend on, but he's monstered to the deck, and it's a penalty going to Parramatta against Penrith. And he's moving to that eastern side of the field, referee Sutton. There is a kneel down in back play, Kilmer Tuolangi.
If you've got anything that says it's not.
The penalty has been awarded to the Eels already. What are you saying, nephew?
Papali'i just took Mitch Moses completely out of the play. Pulled him down. You can't do that.
Isaiah!
This will be a bin.
Isaiah! He's a chance to get there to be in the train to score.
He's gone to the sin bin, Isaiah Papali'i.
Foul, mate. He makes a deliberate action to grab the support runner.
2 in the bin tonight for Penrith. They're doing it the hard way. Professional foul against Isaiah Papali'i. So he in the bin. It's 18-12 to Penrith. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, second half to the touchline, Ruan Sims.
Yeah, that was a really silly penalty to give away, and such a cheap sin bin as well. And they had absolutely no necessity to do that, to make a play at Mitch Moses like that. And look, to be fair, Mitch did play to it as well. I will say he did definitely do that, but he was impeded, and it was a silly penalty. And yeah, losing that edge back rower when your middles have already had to go through so much work, having an extra player having one player off the field, yeah, not good.
Now Roo, it's Paramatta taking the tap. Sam Tuiviti scored 21 out from the Penrith line. Paramatta set deep to the left. It's played to Edwards. Goes left to Bolton, but he turns it on the inside this time. Hitting the ball up is Kitiani Kautonga. To it in 18 to the goal line. Centre field Edwards. Goes right to Walker. Then away to Moses. Links up with Iongi. Got the ball away to Bensony, and he scored 8 metres out. 10 in from touch in the northeast corner for Paramatta. Plays the ball. Spins it left away to Moses. Then away to Walker. Hands out in front of his body. Liam Martin has been great since returning in the second half. Smothering tackle in concert with the hooker Lussick. 10 out in front of the post. Edwards goes right to Moses. Then to Iongi. Short pass on that time as Paramatta get to within 3 metres of the goal line. More desperate defence this time from Talangi on the last. Moses, a chip kick. Cleary, the catch. Was not a great kick from Moses. Now Cleary's lost it.
Oh, got a crusher as well.
And referee is ruling a penalty to Penrith against Kitiani Kautonga for a crusher. Penalty to the Panthers after the ball spewed free from Nathan Cleary. 5 out from the Penrith line. 18 minutes 30 to go. Penrith 18, Paramatta 12, with Isaiah Papali'i in the bin for another 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, Mitch Moses really disappointed with his last place selection there, the kick there. You know what would have been handy, because he had the opportunity to go down the right-hand side and just get the ball in goal and get a repeat set. And he's really good at getting the right weight on the ball there, but that chip kick across for an attempt to try just was never going to work.
Well, we said the crowd about 15,000 officially, 15,662. Thank you, Ralphie. Tap taken on the Penrith 30.
How do you count numbers like that?
Alan Monty caught 36 out from his own line. It's one of many talents, Padre. 5 in from the western touchline. I've seen a few of your talents so far tonight as it comes left away to Liam Martin. Caught 9 metres short of halfway. 20 in from touch western side.
Well, your ability to hold water on your laptop's pretty impressive.
Comes left to Yo. He's wrapped up 2 short of halfway.
Well, I've got to admire you for your ability to eat zucchini cake.
Ball played to Lussick. Goes left to Cleary. Turns it back on the inside this time as Penrith just managed to work their way through McLean to halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Now Freddie Lussick goes right again through. Hands to Cleary. Plays out the back to Jackson Edgar. Steps away from Bolton. Steps away from Tuiviti. 40 metres out. He links up away left again this time for Paramatta Sorensen. For Penrith Sorensen, who's claimed 38 out from the Paramatta line. Last tackle, Penrith centre field. Lussick goes left. Cleary the kick from 40 metres out. Down to Iongi. Should take this. He does. 13 out from his own line. The Eels have it. 15 in from the eastern touchline. 12-man Penrith leading Paramatta 18-12. 17 minutes to go and another 7 1/4 minutes in the bin for Penrith's Isaiah Papali'i. So now Penrith have to defend. Paramatta wants ball in hand here for as long as they can over the next 7 minutes. Centre field at Samrani. He stands in the tackle of Lussick and Yo. 28 out from his own line. Played to Edwards. Went right to Sam Tuiviti. Nearly went without it, but he clutches it back into his chest. 14 short of halfway. Played to Edwards. Short side right to Moses. Delayed the pass. Tuilagi straight through them. Over halfway. Now he's claimed by Blaze Tuilagi. 38 out from the goal line after easily beating Casey McLean. Played on the last. Moses. Towering kick downfield. Brian Toll says, I've got it. He did. And he managed to beat Kautonga. Caught now 8 out from his own line. 16 and a half to go. Panthers 18, Eels 12. And now for the second time in a row, Paramatta concedes a penalty inside Penrith's 10 metre zone. Lindsay Smith returns to the field for the Panthers. Penalty, Penrith 9 out from their own line. It is 18-12 to the Panthers.
Andrew, as we've said probably 10 times in this second half, you cannot afford to let the Panthers off the hook, particularly when they're down a player, just getting them out of this field position. Nathan Cleary kicking from inside his 10 metre line. If he was tackled there, that on play 2 would have been only 15 metres out.
That was Will Bensony, by the way, who conceded the penalty. Now for the tap. Penrith 27 out from its own goal line. Ball played by Phillips. Comes short side left McLean. He's wrapped up outside his 30. 13 in from touch on the eastern side. Lussick Comes open side right. Lindsay Smith back on the field. He's claimed about 14 short of halfway from Harrison Edwards. Played to Lussick again. Goes right to Yo. He marches straight upfield for 10 metres. Caught 6 short of halfway. Now Lussick. Centre field left it goes to Liam Martin. Away to Lindsay Smith. Backing up Cleary over the 30. Iongi to beat. Iongi, great tackle around the shoes. 21 metres out from the goal line. Picks it up and plays it to Phillips. Goes right to Lungy. Switches it back to the left edge. Martin a two-hander over the top. Penrith still with the ball. They're playing hot potato, not all that well. Now forward pass for Thornton McLean. Ball away to Jenkins. Touched in flight by Paramatta. 6 to go, but finally the ruling comes from the touch judge that Penrith did lose it forward.
Shot clock on. Where are we going?
They're calling it a Paramatta loss forward. That forward pass wasn't a forward pass, Andrew. It was a quarterback pass.
Patrick Mahomes, is that who you're going for?
Yes.
So both sides did knock on, but the first one was the touch in flight from Paramatta. So Penrith scrum feed, 23 out from the Eels line, and Roo, this is a massive set right here.
It certainly is. The Eels need to repel the Panthers here, but I tell you what, the Panthers down a player have got all the momentum.
Here's Brian Toll working off the scrum, head down low, and he drives to within 10 of the goal line. He plays the ball quickly to Lussick, goes left to Cleary, short ball away to Lindsay Smith. Smith's going to be surrounded by blue and gold, stands in the tackle, 7 out from the goal line. Plays it now to Lussick, comes to the right to Yo to Cleary. Cleary dummies, goes back to the left, and he's easily picked off. 11 metres out from the goal line. Good defence from Dylan Walker. 4 minutes left with Papali'i in the bin for the Panthers. Yo, he goes on a stepping, jinking run, close to the goal line. Felled 3 metres away, played to Lussick. Comes left to Smith, then away to Lungy. Cut out ball to McLean. Oh, he had Jenkins with him and didn't use him. He's very close to touch though, and he's tackled 6 metres out from the goal line by Benson. Played to Jenkins. Comes right, Nathan Cleary, almost in slow motion. Kicks it across field. Alamotti taps it back. It comes away from Edgar to top. He throws it backwards. Beyond the 20, Liam Martin picks it up. Still the last tackle. Talangi puts a kick over the top. Tom Jenkins flying through. Oh, he's done it the Milky Way. Try to Jenkins. Fires the arrow into the crowd. And that is try number 26 of the year. Penrith's all-time season record. Great kick then from Blaze to Lungy. Jenkins coming through, gets the try. Penrith 22, Paramatta 12. 12 minutes 45 to go, and Matt Elliott, they did it with 12 men.
Yeah, Andrew, Blaze Lungy, as you said, comes up with a great kick. But what about Liam Martin? He's been the centre of everything in this second half. They've got the tap back, a little offload, and he fires a 20-metre pass across to Talangi on that last play. He's had a sensational 40 minutes here. Or the second 40 minutes from Liam Martin, and Talangi does a great job. And as soon as the ball sat up, there was no other result. You knew Jenkins was going to get there, gets across the strike yet again.
Touchline, Ruan Sims.
I think they're just going to be checking something here. It might be Billy Phillips may have made contact with an Eels player and potentially taken him out of taking his ability away from him to challenge for the football. But I tell you what, with one less player on the field, the way to get yourself or keep yourself in the game is just the offloads, and that broken play like that, it just sucks so much energy out of the defence, forces them to constantly scramble, and they've got such good talent that they just come up with the right options at the right time. And I have to agree, Liam Martin, he has had a ripper of the second half. Try confirmed.
Okay, try to Jenkins, and that was one of the best imaginary arrows fired off I've seen in July, as more money and awareness raised for Jai Arrow and his family in the fight against motor neurone disease. Cleary 20 metres out, 7 in from the eastern touchline to line up the conversion that would put Penrith ahead by double Parramatta's score, which just seemed so unlikely a little earlier in the night when Parramatta led 12-0, so 22 unanswered points for the Panthers. 11 minutes 30 to go, a minute 42 left with Isaiah Papali'i in the bin. Here's Cleary, 3 from 3 so far. Important kick, isn't it, to get them out by 2 converted tries with the right boot. Cleary Cleary strikes it. You hear that beautiful sound. Likes it, kicks another one. He's 4 out of 4. 12 the difference. Penrith 24, Paramatta 12. Penrith came from 12 points down. Can Paramatta do the same with 11 and a half to go on NRL Thursday? In the AFL around the grounds, Collingwood in front now of the Crows. Collingwood 58, Adelaide 54. 68-54 to Collingwood. So now the restart coming from Paramatta. How highly do you rate the Eels' chances from here down 24-12?
Andrew, I wish I could imagine how they do it, but I just can't see it at the moment. They've not lost their way, but the Panthers have found their way back.
Short kick-off, lost by Lussick. Got thought into Cleary in front of him. Volkman recovers it for Paramatta, and he's tackled 2 metres in Penrith territory. So that's the first task completed for Paramatta. Now they come left edge. About 8 metres in Penrith territory. Martin on the tackle on Semrani. Plays the ball to De Silva. He sent it right to Williams. Jack Williams taken there by Isaiah Yeo and Liam Martin involved again with Freddie Lussick. 34 out from the goal line. De Silva sends it right now. And through hands it went from Moses to Iongi. He linked up again. And Tuolungi's going to be taken only 18 out from the line. 15 in from the eastern touchline. Plays the ball to Silva. Goes left to Moses. Long ball to Walker. Then away to Ronnie Volkman. Dummies inside. Goes himself into Cleary. And taken head on by Nathan Cleary. 20 out. Played to De Silva. Short side left. Kitiani Kautonga steps in field. Great tackle around the ankles by Alamotti. 4 out from the line. Played on the last De Silva. Goes right Volkman. Then centre field to Walker. Where's Moses? Here he is. Plays it out the back to Iongi. Runs to the defence. Cut out ball to Kelly. Puts in the stab kick. And Jackson Edgar in the northeast quarter. Dives on the bouncing ball to save Penrith. 3 out from his own goal line. He plays it. They work it right to Jenkins and Penrith on their own 10. 10 minutes to go. 24-12. Panthers. Papali'i about to come back on.
Yeah, Andrew Edgar had to cover 40 metres there in real quick time to get in position to get on that kick. Brilliant kick by Brian Kelly, but gee, the young fullback, take a bow.
So now it is Penrith. 28 out from their own line. Papali'i about to come back on now for Penrith. Here's Moses Leota who's returned. He scored 12 short of halfway. Back 13 on 13, and they scored a try while he was off the field. Here's a kick, struck in flight by Paramatta. There's an eel down to Silver in back play. The ball came off him from the Cleary kick. Paramatta has it 7 short of halfway. And now the trainer comes out to look at the Paramatta hooker with 9.5 to go. And Penrith up 24-12. Let's check in downstairs. Ruan Sims is on the touchline.
That is one of the most violent Falcons I have seen. He was hit at very close range by a Nathan Cleary bullet. And you can just see Nathan Cleary standing near him with genuine concern. He went straight down. I feel like it got him right in the ear. You can hear the crowd's reaction and Andrew Moore's reaction. It was, like I said, violent, and he's stayed down. He will have to come from the field for a head injury assessment, I believe.
He's kind of clutching the back or the side back of his head, Roo, just behind his ear. But that ball, Matt, nearly went through his head.
Yeah, when you see someone's head ricochet like that after the contact from the ball, and it just dropped him cold. So I hope he's okay.
Well,
Yeah, can get him on.
He's kneeling. He looks like he's not sure precisely where he is.
You just keep it a bit behind where Josh has gone.
He'll come from the field for sure.
Oh, yeah.
9.5 to go. Penrith 24, Paramatta 12. And I hope for Eels fans, this team is gutsy, Paramatta. They'll keep on trying to the 80 minutes. Because I feel it almost unfair if the score blows out on them. But you've got to go for 80. That's the thing. De Silva's on his feet. I'm not sure he can feel them, though. I think he feels like he's walking on clouds. Not necessarily number 9. He's coming from the field. Harrison Edwards back on. And Josh Adokar will play at 6 short of halfway.
Hey, guys, it's going to be a little while. We've got to wait for him to get right off. It's Josh. We'll wait until he gets right off, mate.
Jared Sutton communicating with both teams. And Talon De Silva, arms over his head. He's leaning his left side into his arm. That's the side that he got collected from the Nathan Cleary kick.
Okay, come on.
So, He's off the field. He'll go for his check. And they swing it left. Paramatta to Kitiani Kautonga. Caught too short of halfway. Tiankun Brown back on the field as well now for the Eels. They go right Edwards to Moses. He turns it back on the inside to Jack Williams. He's caught 6 metres in Penrith territory. With the Panthers up by a dozen. Now play to Walker. Goes left to Edwards, away to Tuivasa. And he's going to be taken there by Isaiah Papali'i and two others, including Liam Martin and Moses Leota. 31 out. One-handed pick up by Walker. Goes left to Volkman. Up the middle he goes into Yo and Martin. And Volkman stands in the tackle. 20 out from the Penrith line. Last tackle, Eels down 24-12. Comes right to Moses. Puts up the kick. The chase is on. And it's magnificently taken out the back, I believe, by Casey McLean. Penrith has it 7 out from its own goal line, leading 24-12 with 8.5 minutes remaining. Now they play it and spread it left to Jenkins, and he's caught 14 out from his own line. Twice tonight, Penrith's been down to 12 men, with sin biddings on Jenkins, who was sin bid in the first half. It's served most of it in the second half, and also Isaiah Papali'i. Penrith down its own 30. Ball's going to be played by Lussick to Talangi. Fires it right to Yo. Out the back, Cleary to Edgar. Edgar takes on Samrani and Adokar, and he's wrestled to the ground. 14 short of halfway. 7 in from touch western side. Last tackle, Penrith. Alamotti to a deep set Cleary for the kick. Down to Iongi. He catches it. It was particularly ferocity of the kick caught him by surprise. Takes it shoulder height on his 20. Returns it over the 30. Caught by To'o and Alamotti. 34 out from the Paramatta line with 8 minutes to go, Matt, and Penrith up 24-12.
Well, when you want to see a team knows how to control the clock, Penrith Panthers are certainly the experts at that. They haven't played their best footy tonight, but you can just see now that they've got the slow drums going, that everyone's knowing what's happening on every play, and they're just dominating field position.
Parramatta get to it at 11 of halfway. They've already lost Luca Moretta to an HIA in the second half, but now obviously Talon De Silva. Meanwhile, Will Benson, he's straight through. He's over the 40. Jackson Edgar to beat. Runs around him. Cleary comes across with Edgar. They tackle Benson. He's 15 out. Quick play the ball to Edwards. Goes left to Moses. Terrible cutout ball. Half volleyed by Kautonga. Alamotti's got him. Flick pass back to Tuivasa. Throws it away to To'o. And he's over the 10 to the 20. To'o caught 21 out from his own line. 7 minutes to go. Tell you what, if Parramatta had scored, then it was game on. But instead, Sam Tuivasa throws it away. As now Blaze Talangi beats one. Wrapped up on his own 30. 20 from the eastern touchline, having got past Mitch Moses. Plays the ball to Lussick. Comes right to Isaiah Papali'i. Liam Martin off the field now for Penrith. Sure, Parramatta won't mind that. Lussick. Cutout ball goes right Leota. One hand wraparound ball's a beauty. And so is the flick pass from Alamotti to Sorensen. And he's caught 35 out from his own line. Bit of late razzle-dazzle from the Panthers. Lussick. Short side right to Cleary. Cutout ball to To'o. He's over halfway. Cover comes. Threw it back on the inside. Touched by Parramatta. Backwards. The Eels time on the bouncing ball. After a debated Jackson Edgar. Right on the Parramatta 30 by Edwards. He plays it to Young. He goes right now to Brown. He scored 15 short of halfway. It's frantic, Matthew. 6 minutes to go. 24-12 the Panthers lead.
Yeah, the Panthers just blew my theory out of the water about them being conservative and staying in front. We saw a flick pass, one around the back, and then another one just trying to cut a 4-minute cut-out pass to Brian To'o, who got bundled into touch.
Here's Benson, he caught eastern side. 2 short of halfway. Plays it and they spin it left. Moses, cut-out pass, Walker. Centre field, Tiankun Brown. He flicks it out the back to Edwards. He's over halfway, takes on Smith and put to the ground. Oh no, he stands in the tackle. 40 out from the goal line. Yo came in as well. Ball played to Edwards. Goes left down through hands. Walker. Volkman. Iongi. Tip on by Samrani. Adokar accelerates. Great tackle in cover by Alamotti. 15 out. 2 in from touch. Northwest corner. Played on the last Kautonga. He goes right to Volkman. Puts in the crossfield. Kick close to the goal line. Up they go. Tremendous catch. Casey McLean for Penrith. 5 out from his own line. 5 minutes left. Penrith 24. Leading Parramatta 12 as now Jenkins is collected on his own 10. Let's check in on the touchline, Ruan Sims.
Well, the Panthers might not be playing conservative, but they are definitely dialed in for this last 5 minutes of this game. everyone is aware of what their roles are and they're executing it. Bad news for Talon De Silva, Cat 2, he won't be back tonight.
All right, Roo, here's Cleary bouncing away from one, cleaned up by Sam Tuiviti. 33 out from his own line. Billy Scott on the field now for Penrith. He's at dummy half. Feeds it left to Lindsay Smith, who's rounded up 11 short of halfway. 20 in from touch eastern side. Played on the last. Scott goes right to Lungy. Right foot kick downfield. It's going to be caught by Iongi, facing the eastern touch line in front of the Michael Cronin stand. He returns it over the 30, caught 32 out from his own line. Told Michael Cronin he's here at the ground tonight with another former premiership winning Eel and Kangaroo, John Muggleton, as Paramatta at centre field. 30 out from their own line. 24-12 Penrith. The Eels did lead 12-0. Edwards sends it left to Jordan Samrani. He scored 11 metres short of halfway. The clock as big an enemy as the scoreboard now. Walker goes right Moses. Short ball away to Youngcook Brown. He's caught by Papali'i and Smith on halfway. Play quickly to Edwards. Goes right to Moses, who has not run the ball at all tonight, really. Goes right edge and Paramatta 37 out. Last play. Edwards goes left Moses to kick and hope from 37 metres out. Spiralling kick down. And it's caught beautifully by 10 out from his own line. Fends away from Kautonga. Slipped through another, including Kautonga again. And now he's rounded up 28 metres out from his own goal line. Tremendous run by To'o, caught by Sam Tuiviti. Now it's left Alamotti. One-handed to Talangi. Cut out pass, awkwardly bounces. Scooped up now by Papali'i. He runs away from the left wing where he was. Popped a pass back to Talangi. Throws it 18 kilometres forward. Scooped up by Kelly for Paramatta, and that was the most reckless play from Penrith you'd imagine. Up 24-12 with 3 minutes to go.
On play 2.
Edwards goes left. Moses now away to Tiankun Brown. You feel like this is the set Paramatta needs to score, though. Down by a dozen. Edwards goes left to Walker. Volkman. Iongi. Cut out ball to Addo Carr. Got straight through To'o. Now collected by Alamotti. 9 out. Where's Mitch Moses? He needs to do something. Ball played to Semrani. Spiralling ball right to Volkman. Centre field to Walker. Delays play. Goes right. Catch and pass again from Mitch Moses. So he might still not be right, because he's not running at all. He's got that left hammy heavily strapped. Set restart given away by Talangi. He comes inside to Tiankun Brown. Paramatta get another set, but there's only 2 minutes 20 to go. They need to score here. They're 11 metres away. Trailing 24-12 Edwards. Goes left to Walker, away to Boltman. Takes on the defence himself. Nearly got through. Poked his head through, but Cleary held on. 3 metres out from the goal line. Dummy half Iongi. Goes right with the ball along the ground for Edwards. Picks it up and recovers. Runs straight into Leota and 2 others. Make it 3 others. 4-man tackle in the end. 7 out from the goal line. 1:53 and counting to go. Play to Walker. Long ball right to Moses. Short pass. He got the ball away and they're going to score the try. Diving over in the corner is Jack Williams. Well, that was a beautiful pass from Moses. 1:42 to go. Time off on the clock. Jack Williams scores the try. A double for him. Penrith 24, Paramatta 16 after some outrageous play and attack last set from Penrith as they threw the ball away.
Yeah, Ivan Cleary would be very disappointed in how they surrender possession there. But, Andrew, there's a formula that the Eels need to look at in the future. Going back towards the middle. When you've got someone like Jack Williams who runs that line, they need to find other players that can join in with that. He just went straight for that line there, untouched as a front rower, scores his second try of the game.
So Mitch Moses, he's 18 out, 15 in from the eastern touchline. Clock ticking, 1:20 to go. They'll get one more set. Moses strikes it, heading towards the post. He likes it and kicks the goal. That's what he had to do. He's 3 out of 4. 24-18 to Penrith. 1:13 left. Touchline, Ruan Sims.
Well, they've actually got Jack Williams playing out on that right edge. They've taken Kelma Tuolangi off the field, so he's playing in that edge back row position, and exactly like what Matty said, he runs that line so beautifully. I think he really suits that position there, but he's got such a high work rate. We needed to see more of that when the Panthers were down to 12, especially when it was that left edge that was already fractured early in the game, lost their second rower. They needed to send more traffic down that way. I think they would have found some joy.
See what, Matt, Penrith taking his time for the restart here from Paul Alamotti.
Yeah, but the clock's still frozen there. So what we're going to see here is Paramatta pop the cork in this last set of the game.
You and your corks. Here's the kickoff. It's taken 7 metres out from the goal line. Fed away, open side left for Paramatta. And taking the tackle, Tionkum Brown. 18 out from his own line. Play to Edwards. Long ball left to Walker, away to Tuivasa. He's scored on his own 20. 2 plays into the final set for Paramatta of the night, you'd think. Edwards goes right to Walker, centre field. Then away to Iongi. To defend away from Talangi, with nowhere to go. He's surrounded Isaiah Iongi. Midway through the set, 24 out from his own line, 41 seconds to go. Penrith by 6, Edwards. Short side right, Moses. Chips over the top. Kelly coming through, and Bensity. The ball on the ground, kicked ahead again by Paramatta, but getting back there and diving on the bouncing ball is Billy Scott for Penrith. 33 out from his own line, and surely with 25 seconds to go, game, set, bingo, the Panthers are going to win. Jenkins tackled 34 out from his own line, leading 24 to 18. Ball played. They made a real fist of it, Paramatta. They'll be very disappointed having led 12-0 and been all over Penrith early on. Penrith realised it's an 80-minute game, better than anyone. Played to Cleary. He literally walks into the defence. Siren, whistle, win for the Panthers. It was ugly at times from Penrith, even in those last 5 minutes, I think shows where their head's been at, and that is not screwed onto their shoulders, but they do win, and at the end of the day, it's all about getting the 2 points, and Penrith has done it. 24-18 over Paramatta here at Western Sydney Stadium. A game that certainly had plenty of entertainment. Nathan Cleary goes over to Mitch Moses to have a word, his Blues teammate. The Panthers win 24 points, tries to Casey McLean in the 17th minute, Liam Henry in the 51st, Liam Martin in the 57th, Tom Jenkins in the 68th minute, and Nathan Cleary 4 goals from 4 attempts. Jenkins sent in for a professional foul in the 40th minute, Isaiah Papali'i binned in the 61st minute for a professional foul on Mitch Moses, and Penrith actually scored what turns out to be the game-winning try while he's in the bin. An unsuccessful challenge, 4 restarts. I think I said 3 restarts for Parramatta. Penalties 5-3 to the Eels, who led 12-0 and 12-6 at half-time. But in the end, it is Parramatta who get the cash. 24-18 over Parramatta before a crowd of 15,662. Take the 2 and get me out of town. I reckon that's how Penrith's feeling at the moment.
That's exactly it, Andrew. But if you're going to compete for the NRL title, you've got to win games ugly in the season, and that's what they certainly did tonight. They didn't play their best footy, but that shows you that a team that can win the championship, no doubt about it.
So, we'll get all the reaction on field from Rue, Matt Elliott's ABC Player of the Year points between now and 10 o'clock, and tell you what's coming up in the NRL and NRLW through the course of the weekend. Penrith win 24-18. Gee, they're made to work hard for it. And, Parramatta had that last attacking raid down the short side. It was a double chip kick in the end, but dived on. It was young Billy Scott diving on the ball in that eastern side of the field. Liam Martin always gives his best. What an impact he had in the second half. It was huge, and here he is with Ruan.
Thanks very much, Liam. What a game. Right out of the bat, the Eels were here to play tonight, and they turned up physically.
Yeah, didn't they? They sort of, shook us there at the start. We knew they were going to turn up, but we probably didn't match that for the first, 10, 15 minutes. But, found our groove after that, and, good to get the 2 points.
Now, Ivan spoke about he wanted you guys to control the ruck at half-time. How important is it, especially when you're down to 12, to make sure that you're not letting the opposition get a roll on?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so important in this game, momentum. They probably beat us at that, I reckon, and we had to wrestle it back there at some stages, so I think we did that pretty well, but we've got to keep improving, that's for sure.
Now, one thing I saw you guys really throwing the football around, especially with that last 10 minutes ago, it led to a try, a great pass by you off broken play, but that is so exciting to see, but just a little bit loose right at the end there that allowed the Eels to score that last try.
Yeah, probably a bit of game awareness there, I don't know, I just threw it and hope someone was out there, didn't really mean to hit plays, but at the end there, probably just, a bit smarter by us, but as I said, lucky we got the 2 points.
After a tough loss last week against the Broncos, it was a tough win tonight. It was gritty, not always pretty, but how important is it to build those kinds of wins under your belt?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting wins is so important, and no matter how you sort of do them, especially this stage of the year, just sort of keep trying to work on improvement areas, building into the finals. So, if we can get those scrappy wins and build a bit of rhythm, then hold us in good stead.
Before I let you go, what about the young fella out the back, Jackson Edgar, on debut? What would you score him out of 10?
10. He's a freak, the kid. He's earned it. He works so hard, and he's been killing it in the lower grades. Like, he's unbelievable, and he's only got so much more improving to do. So I'm really excited for his future and really glad to be sharing the paddock with him.
Well, congratulations on the win and also on your game in Origin. I thought you were fantastic and outstanding.
Penrith win 24-18, 50-50 in terms of possession. Parramatta completed at 86%. They maintained a high standard in that area throughout, and Penrith did better in the second half. They ended up with an 80% completion rate. And for Penrith, the talk of the young bloke Jackson Edgar, 12 carries, 93 metres on debut, but he was covering defensively as the modern fullbacks must do. All right, let's check in downstairs in the Parramatta camp now, Roo.
Thanks very much. I've got Isaiah Yongi with me. Isaiah, what a game. Like, obviously the result didn't go your way, but my goodness, the effort and the attitude that you guys turned up with tonight, Jason Riles would be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think he would be. I think we've spoken about it for the last couple of months, just about our defence and going after teams, just putting the fight and effort in our games, and it's been unfortunate tonight.
Yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate, but I tell you what, there was opportunity right up until the end. Like that last minute and a half, you guys were still in it.
Yeah, we were. I think, like I said before, just our fight and effort. I think just playing up to the 80th minute, couple penalties and errors hurt us early on in the game, and I think that set up Penrith, and kudos to them.
When Penrith were fighting back, what was the chat like behind the posts?
I think just to stay in our game plan, like not to go away from what we know and what we've been training for, and I think I've been saying it, like fight and effort, and I thought we'd done that to them, so it was good.
Yeah, you certainly did. I don't think you lost any fans tonight. Sorry about the loss, but I really appreciate your time on ABC.
Cheers, thank you. That's all right, thank you.
Isaiah Yongi, the young Parramatta fullback down there with Ruan Sims. 24-18. Penrith has had to fight hard, but they do have the cash against the Paramatta Eels here at Western Sydney Stadium. That's now 6 games in a row they've beaten Parramatta. And the Eels, we're up to round 21. They've only had one win this year against the top 8 team when they beat the Cowboys. That's it. So it's been pretty slim pickings for Parramatta this year. A lot of injuries, no doubt. Their effort has remained there, but not the results. Someone who gets results. He scored his 26th try tonight, and that is a Penrith season club record. He's 12 behind the all-time record from Dave Brown. He needs to go to a 2-a-game clip from here to match that, which is how he started the season, Milky. Tom Jenkins, down with you now, Roo.
Thanks very much. Tommy Jenkins, wow. Like, the Eels came out of the gates so strong tonight, but I tell you what, you guys just found a way to get back into it.
Yeah, definitely. I thought they were really good at the start. Obviously good the whole game. I do think we were really flat at the start of the game, and it sort of showed. We leaked such easy points, and you don't want to be doing that. And we sort of ends up biting us in the arse, and we have to chase our tails for the first half. And even I get sin binned, and it puts us under a lot of pressure. So, but it's nice to know that we can stick with it, fight our way back into a game, and come away with a win.
Yeah, well, obviously you scored a try as well. I think it gave you the club record too, 26 tries, and there's still a few more games left this season. Does that kind of stuff flit through your head while you're on the field?
Nah, probably not on the field. Obviously, when I scored, the boys are laughing about it and stuff, so you think about it then, but not while I'm playing. Too busy. I'm too gassed half the time, so I can't really think of much, but just trying to do my job, and I was obviously lucky to get a try there with a good kick from Blaze.
Well, you spoke about the sin bins. There were 20 minutes that you were down to 12 players. When you're playing against a team that's high energy like that, how much does it really sort of sap it, and how much does it take a lot of mental focus to stay in the game?
Yeah, a lot, but I do think we have good systems in place, and we understand that that's part of the game, and you never want to have sin bins. You don't want to have one, let alone 2 in a game, so just sort of being able to stick to our system. We know how to play with 12 men, and just a few little tinkers and little changes, so it was good to get a win.
Well, speaking of systems, you guys have such a good system at the Penrith Panthers. When young guys come through, they really rise. Tonight, Jackson Edgar out the back. I asked Liam Martin what he'd score him out of 10. He gave him 10. What would you say he was on debut tonight?
Yeah, I love Jaxie. He works so hard at his craft. He's been killing it in cup, and it just shows as well how talented he is. He comes up here and he absolutely kills it. So Yeah, 10 out of 10 game for him for sure.
Oh, well done. Well, you know what? After a win, even if it's a scrappy win, the ice bath's not as bad. Go and enjoy it.
Thanks, H.R.
Yeah, Tom Jenkins down there with Ruan Sims. Rugen will join us now in the broadcast box. 24-18 to the Panthers. Matthew Elliott, what about your ABC Player of the Year points?
Well, first of all, I just want to... What about the footy IQ of the Penrith players? You get Liam Martin, Jenkins after the game there. Their understanding of what their roles are and what's going on in front of them, what they shared with our listeners through Roo, which were great questions, by the way, just never fail to impress me.
No, they're great to listen to, but there wasn't a lot of signs of it on the field in that last 5 minutes or the first 25.
Absolutely not.
Which is rare.
And they stuck their hand up as well, Andrew, before being asked. So my 3 points goes to Freddie Lussick tonight, Andrew. I just thought the way that, in particular, he started that second half. He got Penrith on that roll that got him back into the game. His dummy half carries. He made 39 tackles, and his quality of play around that dummy half area really turned their game around, and that's where their ruck speed came from. Liam Martin gets my 2 points. Yeah, he had him, even though he didn't play 80 minutes like he normally does, his impact on the field, both not just with the tries and, the try assist there, but his defensive play, and he got them going forward. So he gets my 2 points, and 1 point to Brian Kelly. He had a massive first half. I think he 238 metres he carried the ball for. Every time he carried the ball, he created problems, and I thought he had an outstanding game. There was a lot of good quality players in the field, but they're certainly my top 3.
3, Freddie Lussick. 2, Liam Martin. 1 to Brian Kelly, the Paramatta winger. Mitch Moses, to me, he just didn't do much. I know he had a part to play in the last try. Are we expecting too much? Is it his legs still bothering him? Because to me, that's how he's played almost every single game we've seen him for Parramatta this year.
There's something missing.
Yeah.
And the reason, and you're not making assumptions there. You've seen him play enough footy that when he's at his best, he's not just a strike player with his pass and his kicking game. If you slide off him, he'll burn you. He's not even looking to burn the opposition at the moment. So I'm with you. I've got a feeling that there's something wrong with his lower body because that speed that he's noted for is absent.
But even if it doesn't work, he's always challenging the defence when he's anywhere near his best. But yeah, that's not existent this year.
When you're carrying an injury, even if it's subliminal, you don't challenge the defensive line like you normally do. And he's a very smart player, so he came up with 2 passes for tries, right? So that's that shows the intelligence of him, but he's not a full threat at all.
So in terms of the competition table, Penrith back 4 points clear. They're 34 points. Warriors second 30. Roosters third on 30. Cronulla fourth 28. Then the Dolphins 28. Newcastle 26. South Sydney 24. North Queensland 24. And you look ahead to tomorrow night's games, and 3 of those 4 teams inside the 8 are playing. Roosters and Newcastle, 3rd against 6th, and South Sydney 7th against Melbourne. Manly's 9th on 22. Canterbury Bankstown 10th on 22. Melbourne 11th on 20. Canberra 12th on 20. Then Brisbane and West's 18. So too Parramatta 16 for Gold Coast, and St George Illawarra on 10. And looking ahead for the 2 teams we've seen tonight, round 22 next week, the Penrith Panthers, let me see, they are at home in Mudgee, or we'll be there. That's a 5:30 game in Mudgee next Saturday, Padre. We'll be there for that against Canberra. I wasn't there for the corresponding game last year, but it was one of the games of the century, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. So, again, it's always a good trip out there. Are we going to go and co-drive and you sing for me?
No.
Okay, great.
Sunday 4 o'clock game is next for Parramatta here against the West Tigers. So who knows what may happen there. Now, for the remains of the weekend, I'll get your tips here, Matty, after I do a couple of texts. 0467 920 222. You cannot make fundamental mistakes when you play the Panthers. When I realised I missed the first half, I really jinxed it by turning in for the second half, lols. Oh, Parramatta Rachel, yes, you missed the best by a lot. Good evening, team. Congratulations, Milky Jenkins, on that try, making him the highest Panthers try scorer in a season. David from Randwick said Parramatta's given away too many stupid penalties to Penrith when they had Penrith in their own quarter. Well, there were two in a row, weren't there, inside the Penrith 10 in that second half that they gave away penalties, Parramatta.
You just can't afford to do it. And also a couple of six agains, Andrew, late in the set, which cost some tries.
Brendan Nagabo, thank you for your text in relation to Liam Martin. Andrew, Rue and Matt, enjoying the call. I thought we were back watching the World Cup when Mitch had a dive and was rewarded for it. Thank you, Phil. 0467 920 222, and a couple writing the same thing. Is it rugby league or soccer? Around the grounds, AFL, three-quarter time, Collingwood 74, leading the Adelaide Crows 61. We're only here for another minute or two, but I should tell you round 3 of the NRLW season. That kicks off on Saturday. Canberra against Cronulla Sutherland at Canberra Stadium. Hello, Ruth. Oh, is it round 4, isn't it? Round 4. See, things go so fast. Then at Stadium Australia, 3:15 Saturday, Canterbury Bankstown against St George Illawarra. Cowboys play the Gold Coast, who were very impressive last week at Townsville Stadium. That's 5:15 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, not far from here, Eric Tweedle Stadium, Parramatta, who were disastrous last week, takes on the Warriors. Brisbane plays Newcastle. That'll be a good one at Langlands Park from 1:45 on Sunday. And the West Tigers Sunday night at Leichhardt Oval from 6:15 take on the Sydney Roosters. And Matthew Elliott will be there with Declan Byrne for that particular game. Tigers and the Roosters in the NRLW. All right, that's about it, Roo. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for the cake that Matt's eaten almost all.
Oh, it wasn't me, but Mum will be very happy. And you know what?
Thanks, Jackie.
She was listening because she already sent me. She's like, I heard all the praise about and then sent me a picture of a cake.
Oh, very nice.
Food or something.
Chicken teriyaki, that's long as well. And the rice, how good. Thanks, Roo. Thank you, Padre.
Always a pleasure, Andrew.
Catch you soon, mate. Looking forward to Mudgee next week. Thank you to our man of sound, Dennis Carnahan, Ralph Tucker, our producer, Jared Ryan's here as well. And thank you to Ned Hall back in the studio. And thank you for listening. It's been a tough night for Penrith, but they do end up with the win 24-18 over Parramatta. Here's how they did it.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Boltman got it onto Eong. He takes on the defence. Captured only 9 metres away by Cleary. 10 in from touch. Sowe's corner. Played on the last. Comes to the right. Boltman with a crossfield kick. They're coming through in numbers. Moses. He takes the catch out of Smith and scores the try. Yes, already a try to Parramatta. Boltman, short ball left for Reddy. Spins in the tackle, taken over the top by Martin. 11 metres out from the goal line. Plays the ball now to Silver. Goes right to Boltman. Links up with Moses. Short ball, Williams. Straight past Edgar. He's over. Parramatta is on fire. The slipperiest of eels. And Penrith is dead set, not shown up. Cleary flicked it out the back. Casey McLean going for the goal line. Did he get that down miraculously? I think he did. Try to McLean. It was not much of a kick from Cleary. It was a great catch as usual from Jenkins, and he found McLean to a very, very short blind side, and somehow Casey's got it down.
Will be a penalty to Parramatta. The actions of Thomas Jenkins, however, will be a professional foul as it is try scoring. We have a decision.
Gee, I'm not sure that looks inbitable. He's in the bin. It started shoulder to shoulder, as I said, but then he put the arm out and gave him a shove. So they'll start the first 10 minutes of the second half, Penrith with 12 men, down 12-6. Flat pass, Martin through one, but a try saver from Jordan Semrani. 2 out for the goal line, played on the last. It comes to the left, Cleary. He gets the pass away, and Penrith's going to cross over and score the try through Liam Henry. He steams onto it, Henry. He scores between the posts, and shortly we're going to be level. Goes left away, through hands. Edgar to Cleary. Cleary takes him on up the middle, but he's felled. 6 out from the line in front of the sticks. Played to Lustig. Cut out ball right to Liam Martin. He reaches over and scores. Great effort through Bolton. Liam Martin loves it. And for the first time this evening, Penrith's in front. Build the last tackle. Talangi puts a kick over the top. Tom Jenkins flying through. Oh, he's done it the Milky Way. Try to Jenkins. Fires the arrow into the crowd. And that is try number 26 of the year. Penrith's all-time season record. Played to Cleary. He literally walks into the offence. Siren, whistle, win for the Panthers. It was ugly at times from Penrith. Even in those last 5 minutes, I think, shows where their head's been at. And that is not screwed onto their shoulders. But they do win. And at the end of the day, it's all about getting the 2 points, and Penrith has done it.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
and ABC Listen.
ABC News with Tweong Fitzpatrick. Gulf states are increasingly pessimistic about the situation in the Middle East as the US and Iran continue to trade strikes. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran has more.
There is a sense that it is other countries really trying to push this issue, regardless of what Donald Trump is saying about the Iranians being desperate for a deal. A deal has not materialized. He's said that repeatedly throughout the course of this now almost 5-month-long war. But clearly there is efforts happening behind the scenes. Those two countries, Pakistan and Qatar in particular, trying to grease the wheel here and make it a situation where there can be some talks. But at this stage, they haven't provided anything there or borne any